Live. All right, we're live.
Bukake.
I don't think Jared's ready to be an uncle yet.
Gross.
Oh,
You just need to come over to Pennsylvania one time, Aaron.
terrible.
That implies Aaron hasn't gotten hit with enough crotch shots to where it doesn't work anymore.
I wear a nut cup sometimes.
Just getting booted in the balls. This is why I can never go affiliate.
Yeah, that's why.
Can never be monetized.
I could never be monetized.
Nope.
It's gonna be like some of the videos that Swagger Souls post up or Lyle Rath does, to where they just put a money symbol and bleep out everything for a solid 30 minutes.
Yep, that's exactly it. Oh my god.
The hell did all my 3DS ROMs go?
I don't know.
They're just gone. What the fuck?
Sorry.
I saw a thing that apparently you can go on Amazon and buy like an actual DS game card, and it just contains hundreds of ROMs on it that you can just play on your DS. I think it's like $7 or some shit on Amazon.
Interesting. All right. So yeah.
Aaron's still crushing on your sister. Yep.
Jesus. All right. So, a quick recap from last session. Basically, you guys had found the large nautiloid shaped ship that Slagru had been talking about, that the egg, the small little egg-like device that you guys had found that opened up the egg, breaching from that, the gibbering mouthers. You guys were able to find this ship. When you approached, you were attacked by a group of carrion crawlers and some small carrion stalkers. Through the battle, Slagru...
I got impregnated.
Yes. Yeah. Not the only one to get impregnated recently. Yes. My wife's not the only one to be impregnated. Slagru had...
Your what?
My wife is pregnant? Oh my god.
What?
Crazy.
I never knew this.
Oh my god. Yeah, so Slagru...
How did it happen?
We're not going to discuss
You'll
that.
soon see a baby thing in the back with that.
That's right.
Back with tiny arms.
You know what? Cancel the D&D stream. We need you to go in depth of how babies are made, Lucas.
Ugh, god. Gross.
And how many fat rolls were involved.
It's like a bakery. So... you guys, so one of the carrion stalkers basically climbed up and latched onto Slagru's face, shoving its ovipositor down his throat and laying its eggs in his stomach. They also tried doing this to a number of you, exploding out their larval sacs in order to cause you all to face this potential threat. But luckily for the most of you, you are able to avoid any of this incoming damage.
Thank you, Justin.
And potential threat. So after defeating them, you guys were taking a look at Slagru, trying to figure out, what to do with him and the situation that had befallen him. And while this was going on, Wu decided that he was going to harvest some of these carrion crawlers' innards, and proceeded to, even though these things had been poisoning and paralyzing the rest of the party during the combat, decided to bite into the thing's heart, instantly causing his body to befall paralysis. This was eventually looked over by Groff, who had befallen the effects of this carrion crawler, and shoved his hand down Wu's throat, pulling out the piece of heart that Wu had swallowed. There was a little bit of discussion about why he would do this, and to potentially avoid doing such things in the future with such dangerous creatures. But after that, you guys decided you would, after a little bit of deliberation of what to do with Slagru and his current situation, now that he is with Larva, you guys decided to head over to the strange nautiloid looking ship and enter it. Upon entering, you were met with a group of small little squiddling creatures that were in a room with a flesh golem. The flesh golem proceeded to attack you guys with the little squidlings huddling in the corner, a little terrified of what was going on. After defeating the flesh golem and kind of looking around, the commotion caused one of the two main inhabitants of this ship, a gnome ceramorph, to come down and question what was going on. This gnome ceramorph was named Dredavex, and he kind of scolded the party for attacking his flesh golem. But since nobody proceeded to take any aggressive actions, he questioned why they were there. They explained that they had found the egg that had been jettisoned from the ship, that they had opened it, releasing the gibbering mouthers, which they were kind of concerned about, but then learned that you guys killed them, which he was a little annoyed about, and then announced that you guys had killed the carrion crawlers outside, which again he was kind of annoyed about, but then explained that Slagru had been infested with one, and he seemed a little okay with that, because that means more carrion crawlers can be birthed. So with this, the party questioned if there was a way to heal Slagru from this, and Dredavex explained that he would take you upstairs to a different room to talk with the other gnome ceramorph, Vorin, who was up there trying to work on the ship. Through the next bit of conversation, you guys learned that these gnome ceramorphs had crashed about 2 weeks ago, that their ship had been critically damaged. They explained that while they were flying through the atmosphere one night, something hit them, and it caused their ship to fall out of the sky. They did not see what hit them, but they know that they were hit by something, and they were high enough up that it was not a mountain, and it was not anything that could have been like launched from the ground, as they were hit from above. I don't know if I ever gave that piece of information, but they were hit from above. They don't know what hit their ship, causing them to crash, but they have been slowly, kind of like, their ship has slowly been dying here because their psi crystal shattered upon impact, and they unfortunately have not been able to go out and look for a psi crystal because they are just trying to endlessly keep the ship running as best they can, by constantly fixing bits and pieces of the ship that are slowly starting to break. So through that conversation, a deal was struck that should you guys go out and with a psi crystal detector, was like a little black metal box about the size of a bar of soap. You guys go out, find them a psi crystal that they can use to repair their ship and leave this place. They will in turn heal Slagru of his current ailment. And with that agreed upon, the party started to get ready to rest for the night, as it was late at that point. Bring your axe beaks in. Dredovix also gave each one of you a small laser pistol, explaining that this would help you guys if you went out while you were out looking for the psi crystal, because they wanted to give you guys the best chance to survive and find one. But there was only 4 of them, and Slagger was the only one that did not get one. But when the party went downstairs into the main cargo hold, Dredovex opened up one of the barrels and pulled out a laser rifle that was still in working condition, the only one that was still in working condition, and offered that up to Slagru. So that is pretty much where we left off. As Dredovex...
Oh, you forgot where I asked the alien if they can somehow figure out a way to jam it into Albot.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yes. They wanted to know if, you wanted to know if they could help him with that. Yes. And that they were going to go and try. Okay. So, yes, because that's right. They took Albot upstairs.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Okay. That is right. They took Albot upstairs to try and work something into him.
Kinky.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So that is pretty much where we are going to where we're going to pick up today's session. So it's late. It's still the late evening of the night that you guys had faced. And as you guys gather your items, you bring the axe beaks in. If you remember, I asked everyone to roll a perception check last session, which I can see the results of now. So, while you guys are down on that cargo hold, as you're beginning to prep for your rests, gathering up your supplies and just kind of taking a breather, Gerard and Slagru, the 2 of you hear something kind of strange. You hear what almost sounds like something that like bumped into the side of the nautiloid. That it sounded like something was outside.
You want to go take a look and see what could run into the side of this and make a loud enough noise for us to hear it?
Space magic.
Probably just more noisy neighbors.
All right, you guys head out there, and the 2 of you head out there and take a peek.
Gerard would. He's curious.
Okay.
He's a curious young boy who ventures into all ground.
Okay. All right. So, so the 2 of you head outside. At this point of the night, it is like pretty much pitch black. Now, both of you do have the benefit of dark vision. And with that dark vision, you are able to see that there are kind of like ripples in the snow that almost form like a small track that kind of like gets a little close to the ship, almost as if something was burrowing under the snow.
Should we notify the squid creatures?
More of those
I'm
squids.
because I didn't hear ripples.
What'd you say, Glenn?
You think it's more of those bug things?
I have no idea. That's why I feel like maybe we should ask them if there was more than the ones we've killed.
Yeah, we should. Someone should ask. Someone should stay out here and watch in case they try to climb up this thing. I'm going to go ask.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Let's go ask.
Beautiful.
Yeah. He was like, "Fuck you! I'm going back inside."
All right.
I had enough of that crap last time.
All right. So, Jared, are you going in with him to ask?
Yes, I'll go in with them to ask.
Okay. All right. Well, so the two of you head inside. As you do, you make your way up the staircase. You can hear a bit of some strange, almost like squelchy kind of communication. It definitely seems as if you are hearing more the native tongue that these gnome ceramorphs are speaking to each other with. As you make your way up the staircase, I just gotta pull up the map. Fuck. Add image. All right. So as you go up the stairs, you make your way up to the second floor, which has the large ballista in it, and you can see both Dredovex and Vorin in there, as they seem to just be discussing something amongst themselves. When they see the two of you walking up, they end their communication, turn to you, and you hear the voice you hear a voice in your head that says, "Yes, what do you want?"
Is there more of those weird giant worm creatures? Just possibly out there or whatever. Pretty much something hit the ship and we went out and looked and there was something burrowing under the snow.
We did not have any more carrion crawlers. And they kind of pause, and you see that they look at each other, and they look back at you and they say, "No, we did not have any more carrion crawlers on this ship."
So what could be big enough to bump the ship for us to hear it and crawl under the snow like one of the carrion crawlers?
Did you see what it was?
I did not. Just saw the snow ripples.
So you did not see a shiny dorsal ridge breaking through the snow?
Did we?
No.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, it kind of just looks like disturbed snow that's in like a I would say the size of it is about 10 feet wide.
I'll relay that information.
You hear them like converse with one another for a moment, and then they look back at the two of you and say, It is probably the bullet.
Bullet?
Yes, we had to release it. We did not want to continue feeding it after the ship crashed. I have no control over it, and honestly, I had forgotten about it. You will want to be careful when you leave the ship.
Good to know. Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Can you give more information on the bullet, or tell us in the morning more about the bullet?
It is fast under the ground. It is able to pull itself along with a tremendous speed, but just as much as its burrowing capabilities, it is able to leap through the air from the snow or from the ground and launch itself at enemies, knocking them out. You see Vorin here. You can see that he kind of closes his eyes and begins to concentrate. He looks at the two of you and says, I can share an image of it in your mind if you allow.
Sure.
Okay. Does Slagger agree?
Yeah, Slagger wants to see this thing.
All right. So there comes an image to your mind. Basically, he's using an ability to impose an image in your mind, and you guys are just choosing to fail the saving throw. And in your mind, you see,
I want to tame it.
you see this.
I want to tame it. I want to guard Chomp.
Somehow it looks less terrifying than the bugs.
Is that
Yeah.
my penis?
Oh god. Oh god.
Wait,
That's what
why
it
is it
looks like.
side? Wait!
You need to go see a doctor.
Question.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
One question.
Yes.
If we have to fight this thing,
Mm.
dead or alive,
We had to release it because we could not continue to feed it. It is of none of our concern.
because you seemed a little bit perturbed when we fought the other ones, and we let you know what happened to them. So,
The carrion crawlers were something we had gone off our homeworld to find. The bullet was a consolatory prize. We were going to use you see, carrion crawlers are excellent incubators for mind flayer tadpoles. You can bestow upon them the arcane and psionic powers that formulate a mind flayer tadpole, and their larva can birth them. So, the death of them is far more heartbreaking.
As he's explaining all of this, Erar just kind of looks at Slagru's stomach and then just shudders.
Oh, no. The tadpole, if it had birthday flaying tadpole, it would not stay in the volatile environment of your stomach acid. You see, it would crawl up through your intestinal tract back into your
I'm out. Erar
esophagus.
turns around and walks down the
At
stairs.
which
as he's
point it
explaining
would
this.
enter your sinuses, and it would burrow itself behind your eyeball. You see, the easiest location is to go through the eye.
Inky.
well, that's TMI. I'm going back downstairs.
Yep, thanks
All
for the
right.
nightmares.
Of course.
Let me know how the whole thing goes on with Albot.
Yes, I was discussing that with I was discussing that with Vorin, and we are going to put some time into that. But make sure that when you go back down to the cargo bay, that please do not tamper with the cryogenic stasis pods that are down there. They are currently non-functional, and we do not want to accidentally turn them on.
Sure thing.
Hey, let's go fuck with the cryogenic pods.
All right, so the rest of you guys, you see Slagru and Gerard coming back downstairs.
Gerard just looks to the group and says, "You don't want to know the knowledge that we found out. It's."
All right. Is there anything that you guys want to do before you technically get your long rest?
No.
Go outside.
Prepare for the nightmares.
Okay.
Go outside, fight this thing.
You want to go outside, Smith?
We gonna fight this thing?
I didn't even
How about we
explain
do it
that there was
tomorrow
a
when
thing
we've
yet.
canonically
Oh, no?
leveled up?
No, they just came downstairs and were like, "You do not want to know what we just learned."
What'd you guys learn? I want to find out about
That's
this thing.
Pokemon.
Apparently, there's another creature out and about that they released because they couldn't keep it fed, and they basically said, just be careful. I guess it can move really fast and could probably eat one of us, but you know what? The afterthoughts of explaining the birthing process of a mind flare has me really not want to do anything anymore.
Just
They
gonna
also
let
said something about don't touch the cryopods.
Which you can see are the big red, like there's like giant red pods, in the back.
He said pee in the pods. That's a weird fetish.
That's all right, lad. Go pee in the pod.
How can Aaron screw up 2 campaigns with a character?
Oh God. What were you saying, Smith?
Are we all? How's everyone's health looking? How's everyone doing?
On a scale out of like 51, I'm about a 30.
Like I say, we take care of this thing now.
We technically don't get our level up until after a long rest. Lucas will evoke that level 8 right now, because I know him.
Oh, girl. But okay, we'll rest up.
Okay. Sounds like we got this. Let's fucking
We do not have this. I have no spells.
just go crazy.
I have
Go
no
crazy,
spells. I
YOLO.
have no animals. Can't even summon a plesiosaur for Battle of the Prehistorics again.
All right. So if you guys are all getting your long rest, go ahead and make sure that you long rest on your character sheet. You guys have already
pleasant
leveled
dreams, right?
up. What's that?
Everyone has pleasant dreams and nothing exciting, right?
That's right. You guys had no.
Thanks.
So, while you guys are long resting, Slagru, at one point while you are asleep, you wake up, and as you wake up, something it's you feel that it's late at night. You can hear the kind of odd hum and like thrumming noise coming from the ship, but you realize that it's kind of louder now than it was before. You realize that you're a little more attuned to your surroundings. You're kind of able to, perceive things a little bit easier. For some reason, you feel like you kind of have more self-awareness around you. And as you're having this thought of like, all of a sudden, things are just a little bit more clear, you're more aware of your surroundings, you feel a strange sensation as you kind of feel something like shift in your stomach. That odd feeling, that turned stomach feeling that you had when you first encountered that carrion stalker. You're getting that feeling again. But then you get a strange twinge, a weird feeling that is more up around where your head is, like the side of your head. And as you're sitting there and you're kind of like, everything seems a little bit more clear, but you're having this weird stomach feeling, you rub your head and it feels as if something has moved under your skin.
Oh, this ain't terrifying at all.
Shut up, I'm trying to sleep over here.
This isn't a dream, is it?
Do you like pinch yourself or something?
Yeah, sure.
You pinch yourself. You feel that twinge of pain from the pinch. This is not a dream.
Where are they?
Where what?
Where are those two?
The gnome ceramorphs. They are presumably upstairs.
Can I have a talk with them?
Sure. You can go up.
Okay.
All right. So you head up the first floor, or you head up to the first floor. You can see up here on this battle station level, where the large ballista is, the gnome squidlings are huddled up in a corner, sleeping next to one another. And making your way up to the top floor, you do not see the gnome ceramorphs up here in this up here in the main bridge, where the complex lattice of bioluminescent jellyfish is strung up from the ceiling to appear like constellations. But you can hear that similar kind of like squelching, wet sounding communication coming from the room where you saw that large table before with a bunch of with a bunch of like gizmos on it. As you peer into there, you can see the two of them standing there looking over the table.
I want to go in and out, try to persuade them to get this thing out of me, like, now.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to be able to get that crystal before it comes out.
Okay. So you approach the door. The sphincter-like design of the door opens up to reveal more of the room inside. You could already see a little bit. And they turn their attention to you and they say, take it out now. Is it truly that discomforting? A mild stomach ache really bothering you?
It just went into my head and behind my eye.
Oh, it did hit. You see, they look at each other, and they mutter something in a language you don't understand. And they turn to you and they say, "We could remove it, but do you not think it is a grander sense of being? Tell me, are your senses more aware?
Yes.
Are you able to see details of your surrounding more clearly now? And do you feel as if you are more alert?
Can you do what a spider can?
Do you feel as if you have someone watching over and perceiving the things that you cannot perceive and relaying that to you on a level you could not imagine before? You see,
How much time before this thing pops out of me?
you see,
Naturally.
the incubation period is unique to each one. Always more than a week, as it needs time to grow and mature, but never more than 3 weeks. It will birth itself, given time, but knowing now that we have had the benefit of a mutation, I am curious to know the outcome of such a being. Here is what I will offer to you, Slagru. I will flush your stomach of the lava that the stalker implanted into you. This will end the naturalistic poison effect on yourself. But I beg of you, give the tadpole time. You may find it provides more benefit than consequence.
I remember when I went to the doctors and they said the tapeworm could give me superpowers.
You say this. You say this thing won't jump out of me and for like another 3 weeks.
It could be 1 week, 2 weeks, maybe 3.
I'll meet you. I'll meet you on halfway. Well, if you could get this stuff flushed out of my stomach, I would to get rid of that at least. I'll deal with it for right now. The whole alertness and stuff, it's strange to me, but
Right. Then let us begin the flush. Please step into this tube next to us. And you see next to the table they have one of those tubes that was kind of referred to the same as before, but this one you can see the lights on it are on. There appears to be some fluid kind of floating in it.
that's right.
Do you step in there?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought this whole thing was kind of implied.
Okay. I always want to make sure. All right. So as you approach,
Doing this for science.
that's right. As you approach, you can see that the fluid within the tube begins to lower as the glass around it starts to lower down. As you step in, it kind of has like a more viscous feel to it than just normal water, almost as if you're stepping into kind of like a syrup, almost.
Sweet. I'm Luke Skywalker in the back to take.
Yeah, kind of. So as you step into it, you can see that the glass starts to rise, and as it rises, the fluid starts to rise as well. You're slowly risen up, but from the viscosity of the liquid until you hit the top of this pod, and the water, this liquid, rises up past your mouth, past your nose, and covering you. And as your body reactively struggles at the first thought of like, I'm in liquid, I can't breathe, you suddenly, like, as you feel that you are going to suffocate, you suddenly take a breath, and this viscous liquid enters your lungs, and you realize that you can breathe in here. And as you are in this pod, you can see the two gnome ceramorphs outside of it, as their large head is kind of like projected around the tube, just from what is that? It's like light deformation or refraction. And as they are around you, you feel a strange warmth in your stomach. And as the liquid has filled you, has filled your lungs, filled your stomach, all of a sudden you feel a strange sensation in your stomach, and that sensation goes to your throat. And as it is, you feel yourself about to vomit. And as your mouth,
a lot today.
yeah, and as your mouth opens, you can see a swarm of larvae begin to swim through this liquid and out of your body. And as they float within this viscous suspension that you are in with them, you can see their wiggling and writhing begins to quicken, and then it starts to slow and stop as you see there is no movement from them. And as this whole process takes roughly 5 minutes, this whole time that you are feeling that sensation in your stomach, you are feeling this liquid around you, you get that same pulsation in your head. And and as you are feeling that in your head, you hear something, and you at this point can now understand the sounds coming from the gnome ceramorphs as they are speaking to one another on the other side of this tube. And you hear the one, Dredovex says, "What are the chances of one of them being a tadpole?" And Vorin says, "It is low, but it is not impossible. The planet that we took them from has... our presence is known there. It is possible that one of them that one of them had a suitable larva within it. But what our luck that it would have been the one to birth into this one. Our grace is the almighty sky has graced us this night. And then they say, now, quick, we must drain it, rid ourselves of the carrion larva. They will be in suspended stasis for a few minutes. After he has gone back down with the others, we will put them in cryogenic sleep. It is possible that one of them carries a tadpole gene, and we may get lucky in the future. And I do want to illustrate, you are not hearing this. You realize that as you're hearing this, you're not hearing it through this liquid. You're not hearing it through the glass. These voices are kind of like penetrating your mind. And do you do anything like as this is happening, as you're hearing these voices?
Not really. I'm going to kind of keep this to myself just in case they say, hey, so.
Okay.
For the time being, at least from them.
All right.
At least best I can.
Okay. So, as you are hearing this, the pod begins to lower. You can see the fluid starts to move past your face, carrying with it those tiny larvae. As it does, it clears your nose, clears your mouth, and you feel your body through this viscous liquids that's still filling your lungs. You can feel air kind of rushing past it, as almost like bubbles as you're breathing still. Air bubbles are now trying to like penetrate into your lungs as this liquid is still within them. And as you're struggling to breathe, as there's no circulation of liquid, one of the Ceramorphs comes up to you, Vorin, and has a strange tool in his hands and comes over and says, "Do not panic. We must rid your lungs of the suspension. Please tilt your head back."
Oh boy, a lobotomy.
I got.
What do you do? Do you tilt your head back?
Why do I need to tilt my head back?
Well, the suction device is not pliable, and we must remove the suspension from your lungs, or you will drown. If you wish, you can go stand on your head if that's easier.
Life-threatening and as ridiculous as possible. Thanks.
Yes.
I'll tilt my head back.
Okay, so you tilt your head back. You see one of the Ceramorphs comes up. It has this large pipe that at the end is a device that he basically takes this thing, shoves it down your throat, and you feel something expand in your chest. And then you see the red liquid moving up through the clear pipe. And as it does, you feel your chest kind of collapses. Whatever was in there has fallen back in. And as it's taken out of your mouth, you are able to breathe once again. And at this point, Dredovex looks at you and says, "Now, you may feel the bit, there may still be a bit of fluid in your lungs. So just, if you cough any residual liquid up, it is fine. It is of no cause or concern. But you have been flushed of the larva present in your stomach. But," and he puts a like a little squiddly tentacle on your arm, says, "But you are gifted with the opportunity to carry a tadpole, as not many are."
Thanks.
Are we all here?
No, this is all happening upstairs. This is like this all happened during the long rest while you guys were asleep.
Gotcha.
Happy Father's Day, kid.
Says, "Now, if you wish, you may return back to your comrades and rest."
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Thank you.
And as you start to walk away, you can hear the voices. You can hear them like talking to themselves. But unlike before, when you were hearing kind of like the wet, kind of squelchy kind noises that they were making before, this communication that you are completely ignorant to, suddenly you are able to understand this now. And you hear them say, "I wonder how long it will take it to mature." And the other one says, "I am not sure, but hopefully he is a suitable host for it." And then the sphincter-like door closes to the room that you were in. Oop, didn't mean to press that. Do you head back downstairs?
Yep.
Okay.
You want to try to get to sleep?
All right. Do me a favor, Glenn. I just need you to reload your character sheet. All right. So, while that was going on, as the rest of you are sleeping down here in the cargo hold, getting some well-deserved rest after a long day, Gerard, as you
I have pleasant dreams, right?
as you drift off to sleep, your mind begins to fade and wander. Some minor dreams of recent past, various events in your history flicker to mind. But at one point, the conversation between you and Nerith Maxildanar comes to mind. And you hear his voice as he says,
Yep.
"You think you're the first warlock the Calyrex has taken on?" And then it's at that point his voice fades, and in your as you're laying there, as these images are passing through your mind, suddenly everything goes white, and you realize that you are standing in a snowfield, and you hear a voice from behind you. "Hello, Gerard."
I'll turn around to face him. Hello, Calyrex. I'm assuming this is based on the part that you couldn't see within my mind, or the incident that occurred.
It is something that I feel needs to be discussed.
And I'm willing to discuss it with you.
Please, let us walk. Let us talk.
Talking part sounds fine. The walking part's a bit weird since this is Dreamscape, but okay, sure.
So he kind of takes a few steps, and as you step in tow, you realize the ground kind of moves away from you. You're still able to feel yourself walking, though, as the snow field beneath your feet begins to drift away. And when you look up, you realize that you are walking into an aurora borealis, or into an aurora. And it's at this point that the white kind of begins to become speckled with black, as the night sky is now visible through what you realize is a snowstorm that you are currently enveloped around. As you step, every step you take, you ascend further away from the snowy ground and further towards the sky. And Calyryx's voice cuts through the silence of the minute that goes by of walking. Do you have questions for me, Yarad?
I do. I'm not questioning you per se, but this is basically what I was informed about. And he won't go in like explicit detail. He'll say how Nerith told him how there's been others with Calyrax's gift, and how Nerith implied that he was one, and basically just that part, and explain how I should be careful with Calyrax. That's about it. He's not going to go in detail of Nerith explaining how he's going to use me and slaughter everyone or anything like that.
Nerith Maxildanar. You know, the funny thing is, that was not his original name. You know, I find it rather humorous that he would take that name to pursue his endeavors. You see, Yarad, Speaker Nerith is not who he appears outwardly to be, and I'm aware that you are knowledgeable of his treacherous ways.
Yeah, that's why it's very up in the air to put 100% trust in him, and I mean, I trust you as you've been there since my literal birth, but like, I've heard of stories of gods using people before. I mean, but I'm not saying I distrust you or anything like that. I'm just trying to keep my options open just in case if anything occurs down the line.
I understand. You see, before he was Nerith Maxildanar, he had gone by the name of Durzav Zelenar. Post that in the chat just so we have that.
Thank you, because I definitely gotta... I was gonna ask how the hell do you spell that?
You see, he was an up-and-coming Zentrum agent. He wished for more power. But he always had a draw towards animals and companions, creatures of the world such as yourself. And when he sought this power, I answered his call. You see, I am gifted with the blessing of creatures of this world, much as you are aware. And I am willing to provide my services to those who ask for it in return for minor tasks. For yourself, I want my damned horse back. But, you see, Nerith, well, he wanted power, and in return, I asked him to go and recover the Grand Snake of Zentiel. See, the Zentarum, they worship, their symbol is a flying snake. And I had sent him after him. See, the snake has been a force of ill in my side for some time. So, he went upon this journey and found the Grand Snake of Zentiel at its keep. And instead of delivering me its head, he had found a way to bargain with it. To bargain with another patron to present me with a false head. He tricked me and betrayed me. And when I called him out on it, I stripped him of every arcane ounce in his body. But little did I know he had already stuck claim to another. In fact, the great snake Zentiel became his new patron, garnering powers from the accursed Yuan-Ti god, Sith. See, Dervaz Zelenar at a time went by another name. Many names, in fact. And he kind of like peers off into the distance as he thinks about this. Jaime, Vimzez Keret. At one time, when he was young, he simply held a title indicative of his strange draw and craft. Ravenous. It is true, Nerith was one of my underlings. I had bestowed my gifts upon him, but should he lie to you and tell you that I betrayed him, then his ways have not changed. Yet have I failed you, Yarad? Has there been a moment where my powers have faltered for you, or I have guided you the wrong way?
No, not at all. That's why I said I wasn't distrusting you. Just that is what he told me. And like I said, I was just keeping my options viable because I already had this chat with my party to where I don't wish to fight you. I told this to Neoguri and so forth. But if I had to keep myself alive, I would. It was nothing of distrust against you. It was just trying to stay alive in case if it did happen.
I am glad your faith in me is not tarnished. To that I am grateful.
Yeah, I just had questions for you upon the new information I was given, and it was just trying to figure out who to trust, because honestly, this place has been a living hell for me. This entire Dale has been hell.
That I understand. But your journey is not over. You realize now, as you have been talking and you have walked, you are now peering down over what you realize is Icewind Dale. Very indicative of when you had rested at the Elven Temple after fighting the White Moose, and had woken up a day later in the house of Nimsy Huddle. And you had peered down across the landscape once before. You see Neogiri, or Jesus Christ, you see Calyrex. He turns to you and says, "She will be making her ride soon. This night that you see before you is not the evening that you had fallen asleep." And as this is happening, all of a sudden you see something large sweep past you. It's in the shape of a giant nautiloid. As you watch the craft that you are currently sleeping on skimming through the aurora, Calyrex looks up and to the right and says, "There she is, the witch." And as you peer up, you can see Auril on the back of this icy horse, galloping through the night sky. Behind her rains down ice and snow. And as she goes through the sky, you can see a blast of cold energy races from her outstretched arm at the ship that is moving through the night sky. As it hits it, causing it to shudder and then slowly begin to descend through the storm below. And then Calyrex looks back at you and says, "I am sure Nerith will not hold you in his graces for long. I am sure he will learn that I have given you this information for the Grand Snake of Zentil is a crafty one, and Seth, the sibilant to death, is likewise crafty. You may have to face him. Should that time comes, I will stand by you." And he places his hand on your side, because he's like, 3 foot tall.
Yeah.
And he says, "You carry with you the flames of Calyrex. Use them to burn out your enemies, young Yarad."
What do you mean by that? I can only really use the flames whenever one of the animals are hit. Well, him when myself are hit, but...
Well then. You see that he, kind of adjusts himself, and he says that it's time to stop living defensively, Yarad. Take action. Take the offensive if you have to. The time has come. And you can see that you see green flames wreath up around him, and they slowly begin to migrate onto your body. You can feel this warmth coming from them. It's like a radiant fire, but it burns with a greenish light, and it begins to envelop and enwrap you, and you don't feel any harm from it, but you feel this like protective warmth coming from it. And he says, retribution, Yarad. It's about retribution. Get my horse back. That is your key goal. But make him suffer on the way. And before you can even say anything, the green light, this flame, burns up around you, and everything is cast in a green light, and then you wake up back on the ship.
Okay. Is everyone else awake? Because I
would say at this point everybody else is starting to wake up.
Because I kind of imagine Arad just kind of wakes up with a gasping breath and he goes, "So, I know what knocked the ship out of the sky."
Wait, was that Smith?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, what'd you say?
I said, what's that?
Apparently it was the witch that did it. The whole reason why the Dale's iced over and everything. Just had a vision and a good old talk with the god. And so yeah, she's definitely the cause for pretty much everything. Who would have thought? Oh, that's right. I gotta add my temp HP. All that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, it's the next morning. You guys all have your long rest. And as you are starting to awake, the sound from upstairs, you hear a squelching sound coming down the steps.
Oh, I forgot. Since it's been a long rest, I gotta summon Marcus.
Oh, okay. So, so from the top of the steps, you see the gnome Ceramorph coming down, and they head down the stairs and they turn to Gerard, and you see in its hands is Albot, and it says, in your head you can hear this voice that says, "We have upgraded your tiny mechanical companion."
That's good to hear. So what's the upgrades?
Well, we had a spare energy cell. We were able to convert that tiny projectile launcher into a similar configuration as one of our laser pistols. It is still able to fire projectiles from within, but it has an energy cell within it that can be used to shoot an laser pulse at enemies. Unfortunately, the size in which it is It is only capable of 25 shots before the energy cell runs dry. After which, unfortunately, we do not have currently the capability to recharge it. But should you find the Psi Crystal, we would be able to provide you with another energy cell.
Okay, that's more than enough what I could ask for. I'm surprised you got... Well, not surprised that you guys could figure it out, but just glad that you did.
So I will upgrade his, character sheet a little bit later. I'm going to put the note here in the chat. It's basically the same range and to hit modifier, but it is one target, but it hits for 2d6 radiant damage.
Okay.
So it's basically like a slightly weaker version of your laser pistol. Ooh, not bombard. Laser. So as he hands Albot to you, you can see that Albot opens up his internal piece, and you can see in there is now a there's almost like a barrel that's around the main bombarding barrel that has an energy flowing through it.
Nice. Because I think I gave Copper the instructions to basically attempt to build a taser that we can build into Albot as well.
Yep.
I want to turn this little owl into a war machine.
I forgot to move that token down there. So as he hands that to you, the gnome ceramorph Vorin looks at all of you and says, "Well, I wish you the best in hunting down the Psi Crystal. It will be of great import for us, so that we may leave this place and not have to destroy our ship."
Erard will pull out the, as I have in my notes, weird alien compass and look to the group and be like, well, you guys ready to go venturing and see if we get viciously attacked by this silver bullet creature?
Oh, so you're pulling out the egg compass.
Is it? Because I just have...
Yeah, it's... Well, that was the thing that led you to where this ship was. Yeah.
I didn't know who was holding the other compass.
Oh, just like a normal-ass compass?
No.
The Psi Crystal detector. I actually don't know who was holding that.
I mean, for the sake of argument, I'll just say
Sure.
I just needed since I had the egg compass.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'll pull that out and just kind of... I'll look to the alien and be like, so wait, how does this work? Is it just point in a direction and the louder it beeps, the closer we are?
When you are within 5 miles of a Psi Crystal, it will emit an audible click. The closer you get to the Psi Crystal, the more rapid the clicks will become.
I pull it out. Am I within 5 miles of a Psi Crystal?
You are not.
Okay. Alright, well, hopefully if I leave it in my pocket, it'll beep whenever we get close to one. Do you have any general knowledge of where we could find one?
Well, as I said yesterday, they can be located wherever a mind flayer has made their presence at some time. That could be in dungeons, caves, the Underdark. mines.
Did we? We
This
didn't
was-
fight.
Mhm.
I remember like way back when I first summoned a polar bear. That wasn't a mind flare we were fighting, was it?
When you summoned a polar bear? No, that was a yeti.
No. The first time I summoned it, because it was inside of the caves. It was essentially the cave that Kyra found the skeleton, but I remember us fighting something that
Oh yeah.
came out of the depths, but I couldn't remember what it was.
You guys didn't find a mind. You guys didn't fight a mind flayer. You fought a grell, which was basically, it was basically a brain with a beak and tendrils.
Gotcha.
Yes, and that was up at the Termaline. That was up at the Termaline mine.
Erard will look towards Groff and Smith, who know the area, and be like, "Do you know of anywhere that possibly had mind flares in the past?"
Didn't we discuss this last session?
You did.
Okay.
Did we?
Well,
I
you
couldn't
guys
remember fully.
talked about how there are entrances to the Underdark in and around the mountains between where you guys are now and where the Valley of the Goliaths is.
Gotcha.
Yeah, which is just a bit of a ways off. But it's, you know, it's between where you guys are now and where Smith's, like, you know, whole the Valley of the Goliaths is. So there's locations around there that the Underdark, you can get to the Underdark through them.
You guys want to start heading in that direction? See if we can't find an entrance?
Sure.
Woohoo.
Right.
Onwards.
All right. So, as you guys step out of the ship, the sun is not necessarily out yet. It's still early morning, so it's still fairly dark. But as you are stepping out, you can see that those tracks in the ground are still there, and they kind of have circled the ship a bit, and they don't really seem to have any discernible direction in which they went.
Do we just kind of jump down to the snow and hope we don't get eaten?
No movement or no like.
You don't
sound?
see any movement. There's nothing that you can see around here. You can see where the troughs, where there are like troughs in the snow that have kind of been cut through, but you can't. You see no movement around here.
I'll be the first one to check it out.
Okay.
We'll head out.
As you step down off the side of this ship, you get into the snow, and as you start to march around, nothing happens. You can see where the troughs are. There is a bit more of like a crunch to the snow, as if some of the snow around where these small burrows are, where these tracks have been made, it's almost as if the ice has or the snow has turned to ice a little bit.
Okay. I think it's safe, guys. You coming?
Sure. Erard will jump down.
Okay. As you jump down, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. Like I said, there within the tracks there does appear to be a little bit crunchier. Almost appears as if there's some ice within those tracks, but that's really the only thing that you kind of take note of. All right. So you guys head off, heading east.
Sure.
Oh,
East. I thought you said west.
East? I thought you said west. Oh.
Onwards towards the mountains.
Okay.
so where are we heading?
Timbuktu.
Up in the mountains, seeing if there's not a portal to hell.
Well, I have this map of many places might help us.
I thought I had that, but
Wrong campaign, jackass.
oh, sorry.
I mean,
Forgive me, I'm not feeling well. Okay.
I know.
I'm sure it can go ahead and help us with the help of the weird detector type deal and see where it leads us.
Oh, shit. Keep getting that right on stuff. Okay, I'll just pull it out.
Okay.
Okay, how does this thing work?
So the way that it works is it gives you an area map of the surrounding 5 miles. So basically where that oh, that's a admin. I did not mean for that to be white. We'll make it make it blue. There we go. So in that surrounding area, you guys currently have a map of the landscape, essentially. So the way that the map of many places works is that you use the command word "where am I" to have the parchment magically show a topographical map of the area within a 5-mile radius, including all objects, structures, and terrain features larger than 20 cubic feet. And it remains for 1 hour or until you roll it up as an action. And once you use it, it can't be used again until the next dawn. So, as you look around here, you can see on the map, because obviously you guys can see physically on this map. Let me turn down the opacity a bit on that. Actually, let's go a little bit more. There you go. So you can see in that surrounding area, there are a number of mountains within the region that kind of creates this, this like sideways U shape, or this backwards C. There is a river that cuts through it and down, and then directly east of where you guys are, there's a small mountain range just to the north, and then it kind of goes into a bit of a valley just on the other side of these mountains. So with that in mind, how would you guys like to proceed to the east? And I will say, you can see on this map, it actually does show you the structure of the ship behind you.
We can either trek through the wilderness or try to go down towards the path to make it a little easier. What do you guys think?
Are we trying to get into the Underdark? Or whatever?
We are.
No.
I mean, yeah, but from what they said, there's ways up in the mountains, so I would expect we would have to get up towards the mountains in the east.
All right.
So Do you guys want to just track through the wilderness and try and get there faster, or we can head to the path and try to
Wait, are you
get
saying
there?
when you say wilderness? Are you saying over the mountain?
No. I'm literally saying either like go to the path and go all the way around,
That's a
or
river.
literally just stick to the mount. Oh, that's a river. My bad.
That's a river.
So pretty much just stick around and just go up. I guess I'll ask the group if you just want to stick next to the mountain and go up, or do you really want to try climbing the mountain?
Where are we now? We're at the little.
Yep, you're at that
Keep going.
little. Yep, you're at the die.
Where are we trying to go?
East. I mean, Smith knows that to the east is more of the spine of the world. It's more of the mountain ranges that have locations that allow you to enter into the Underdark, and where there are entrances to the Underdark, there's potential mind flare activity.
And the river takes us there, looks like.
The river would take you a little bit of the way, yeah.
We have a boat.
We do have a boat.
You do have a boat.
Oh, just a thought. We could always trek on foot, but
We also have a plesiosaurus.
I think Smith really wants to use his boat.
at some
mean,
point, yes.
We can use
Yeah,
the
I'm
boat
just
and
waiting.
pull it with the plesiosaurus, because I don't think we're all going to fit on the plesiosaur.
Well, it's your
I'm
call.
game. I'm game for going to the river with a boat and a dinosaur.
All right. What does the rest of the party think of that? Wait, where the fuck did Aaron go?
He like disconnected a solid 5 minutes ago.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
I asked where you went, and then you suddenly show up.
Sorry, my hotspot kind of finally crapped out on me, so I'm back with my phone now.
Gotcha. Oh, I just got the message.
Yeah, like I had literally no internet service, so I have to restart my phone.
Gotcha, okay. So the party right now is discussing the path that they are going to be taking east to look for this psi crystal, and the option that has been proposed by Smith is to use the folding boat to travel the river and then Urard offered up to use his plesiosaur within the water to help.
Sounds good.
Okay. Not what I was expecting, but kind of amazing. All right. So, as you guys head over to the water, you march through the trees. It's not that far from where you're at. It's only about a mile to the riverside. And as you are getting over there, you eventually start to hear the sound of moving water. Looking in front of you, you can see that the river is moving actually from the mountains further up, and is flowing the opposite direction.
Oh, damn.
So that is a thing. So the water is essentially flowing north because it's coming down out of the mountains and up through this area. Yeah. I gotta throw some challenges at you guys.
Good thing it's a motorboat, right?
No, it's not a motorboat.
Oh, we can make it a motorboat.
It can either be a 10-foot long, 4-foot wide, 2-foot deep boat, or a 24-foot long, 8-foot wide, and 6-foot deep ship. 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 24-foot long
How big's the
I don't
river?
think a ship.
What'd you say, Jared?
I said, how big's the river?
I would say it's at least big enough that you know, that you guys are able to fit the boat in there.
We have our axe beaks. Let's just use our axe beaks and head east.
Just follow along the river. Stop dying, Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron, stop dying.
I'm sorry. I'll just mute myself.
Trying to see something. Okay, the boat can hold up to 4 medium creatures comfortably. That's what I wasn't sure how big it was. The ship can hold 15. So.
Well, we're not in a big enough place for the ship, are we?
I would say as you guys get up to the river, you realize that the ship might be the ship would fit in the river, but you might have trouble moving it through. The smaller boat size of it would work.
Yeah.
Now it does have in that state a pair of oars, an anchor, a mast, and a lateen sail. So if you guys just had some form of propulsion to move it through the water.
Albot.
I can summon a plesiosaur for free. I don't think we're gonna shove Albot under the water and see if he rusts or not.
That'll be fine.
It's up to you guys. We can use the boat, and I can use the fish 10 trinket to summon the plesiosaur to kind of help us.
There'll be a
Or
time
we
and
can-
place for my boat. No, that's not it. I'll say the day one of these days. You wait and see.
There's a time and a place for that, but now's not it.
Okay. All right. So, foregoing the use of the boats and the plesiosaur, you guys are now. Keep in mind, Slagru, your newest companion, does not have an axe beak, so
Oh, no?
he doesn't.
I'll have to get you one.
And unfortunately, unlike Irvir, does not have the ability to summon a steed. So you will kind of be moving at the pace of Slagru.
I am not buying another XP. God damn it.
He
or
can't
he
sit
can-
on one of ours.
Yeah, or he could
well.
ride on one of yours. So
I'm a
Yep.
dwarf. I'm good. I'm fast at short distances.
all right.
Who wants to take the infected pregnant man on their axe beak?
Yeah. Who's Slagru riding with?
That's a great question.
I don't know. I feel like old Smitty's quite a big axe beak. He could definitely carry a Goliath and a pregnant person.
He's already got a big load.
Wait,
with me
what
on
did I
his back.
miss?
So the party is moving east to look for this psi crystal. Slagru has pulled out a map that shows the immediate 5-mile area, and it lasts for an hour. And you guys trekked over to the river because Smith suggested using the boat, and Gerard said about having a plesiosaur. But when you guys got there, you realized that the river was actually moving north because it was coming out of the mountains and moving north. So because of that, the boat would have no immediate, it would not have a self-propulsion system. So the party is now figuring out the path to get on the axe beaks, and they're trying to figure out who Slagru is going to be riding with.
I still have mine, right?
Yeah, you still have yours. Yeah, you have Huey.
Yeah. You can just hop on my X speak with me. That's fine, lad.
Okay.
I was gonna say the dwarves should stick together.
Do that.
And when he hops on, I just want to say, I'm not sure we got properly introduced way back when, but most people call me Groff, but you can call me by my informal nickname, Daddy.
Okay.
They used to call me back at that big town that I'm from, Baldur's Gate. That one.
God.
Everard just kind of hears this and he goes, "I thought it was Big Love."
And which part of Baldur's Gate I was in. When I was in the zoo, it was Big Love. When I was outside the zoo, Daddy.
No.
Everard ponders for a moment to try and figure out if that meant Groff was part of the zoo or if Groff just broke into the zoo and did horrible things with a walrus.
Okay.
I bribed the guard first.
No. All right. Gross. All right. I gotta pull up one of my things over here. Okay, so you guys are not moving by river. You're moving through the snow. And you guys are on essentially dog sleds. So that means it took you guys, it was about a mile over to the river. Now you guys are heading across. So, as that happens, as you guys begin to move east, does anybody do anything while you guys are traveling? Does anybody want to do anything while you guys are on the back of the Axe Peaks moving through the snow in the wilderness?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just gonna die.
Okay.
Yeah, Wu wakes up, like, you guys can see that, this whole morning, Wu has been, like, very woozy. You feel that those, even though Groff was able to get that chunk of carrion crawler heart out of him, you can see that it is definitely still affecting him, that paralysis. So he's very lethargic today.
Everard's just kind of keeping an eye on the crystal detector, seeing if it goes off or anything as we travel.
Okay. So Gerard is keeping an eye on the tracker. Smith, I imagine Smith is probably leading the party.
Sure.
So Smith, go ahead and roll me a survival check just to kind of keep everybody in order. Wu is trying not to die. What is Groff and Slagru doing as you guys travel along?
Just hanging on.
Singing merry tunes.
Singing what?
Merry tunes.
Oh, nice.
Baby shark toot toot toot. Oh, demonetized. Sorry.
Immediately demonetized.
Always singing Baby Shark with my companion.
Just say Baby Axby. It'll be fine. I want to make sure that we're not going to get ambushed as well as I'm trying not to die.
Okay, so just kind of keep it. Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception
I
check.
got alert, don't I?
Christ. What's that?
I got alert, don't I?
You do have alert.
Yeah.
You do have the alert feat now, which is partially mechanical, partially story themed.
Saying he's a robot?
Yes. All right, so as you guys travel,
I felt left out.
what? Oh,
No,
you also
ignore it
rolled-
completely. I just felt left out.
Oh, okay. All right, so Smith, you are able to, you're able to kind of just keep track of where you're going. You're not really losing your place or anything like that. But about another half an hour goes by as you guys are probably just like a mile south of where the nautiloid is located. At that point, Slagru, you realize that the map is now the map has now been used up.
All right, we're going blind. Going blind now.
So
Just roll it up, put it back.
okay. So as you start to continue on, you're starting to get closer to the bottom of this mountain here, and there is a strong gale of wind that is blowing down across the mountain. You can see that your axe beaks are trying their best to stay upright, but you can see that it's getting harder and harder for them to kind of press on through this area. I need each of you, so this is just going to be those that have axe beaks. So everybody but Slagru, I need you guys to make Constitution saving throws for your axe beaks. Which I think yours should all be the same, because it's going to be a D20 plus one, because I don't think any of you have a bump to... Yeah, no. I don't think any of you have a bump to con.
Oh, that was some bullshit. The dice got to the edge of the screen and went to the lower number.
Yeah, I
That
haven't
sucks.
really bonded with the axe beak enough to put it into a Pokeball.
Well, Woo, that would have been good for yourself, but for your axe beak, that's only a +1. So as you guys are pushing down past this mountain, your axe beaks are getting pushed by these strong, harsh winds that are coming down. As that's happening, they are losing their footing, and you all start to kind of feel them veering down further south as oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Damn it. As this is happening, Smith, you feel that with that survival check that you rolled, you feel that you guys have gone blown down south. You have kind of gotten away from the mountains as you guys are getting pushed down, but I need you all, everyone who's on an axe beak, which is literally everyone, to make a dexterity saving throw.
This is for us, not the axe beak. Right?
Correct. This is for all of you.
Damn, I was going to say, the axe beak gets advantage on that. Hell yeah, let's go.
All right. So, as you guys are pushed further and further south from these harsh winds coming up from the mountains, you have veered off track further and further, and eventually, as you are all trying to hold on, at one point you come to a sheer cliffside, and this wind is starting to push the axe beaks further to the edge. The axe beaks start to resist against that and pull away, but in that moment, everybody falls off of their axe beaks except for Groff.
Right.
So each one of you is going to take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, as your axe beaks have basically, as you guys are just like trying to struggle against holding on to your axe beaks as they are fighting the wind, and Groff is the only one to be able to stay on.
Yeah, +7 to dex saves.
Those were some sad rolls.
Yeah, they really were.
All right. So you can you realize now though, that I moved you guys. I didn't not mean to move you guys. So as you are pushing through this area, and you have fallen off, you feel that the wind has now died off from the mountains. Whatever these gale forces were, whatever this wind, these strong winds were, has started to die off now. So you guys are able to get back onto your axe beaks and continue on.
Yay.
Smith, go ahead and make me another survival check.
Damn.
Okay. Woo. Go ahead and make me another perception check. Okay. So, Smith, you keep forging ahead. You're trying to maintain the path, continuing to head east. And after about another hour or so, it's at that point, Gerard, from your pocket, from your bag, you hear an audible ping.
I instantly take it out and I yell out to the group, hey, we're close to one. We're at least 5 miles away from one. Is it like if I turn it a certain direction, does it ping louder? Or is it like a Dragon Ball Dragon radar that shows on a little map? Or
No, it doesn't show anything on there, but you hear this you just hear this ping. And then,
so like if I turn in a different direction, it doesn't do anything?
It doesn't immediately change, no.
Okay.
But you hear this ping, and it goes off again about a minute later.
So we're getting somewhat close-ish, I think. I'll just keep the group updated and let them know if the pinging increases or decreases.
Okay. All right. So you guys continuing to head east?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Smith, make another survival check, and Wu, make another perception.
What is up with the rolls today?
Dude, these rolls are butt. The fuck is going on? That sucks. All right. So you are moving east. Unfortunately, you are just moving at kind of like a snail's pace. That's the main thing. Like, you are moving. You're just all moving very slowly, as Smith is, kind of taking his good old time to track you guys and make sure that you're doing all right. But about another 2 hours go by as you creep through the wilderness here. As you are continuing to move east, the ping starts to get a little bit faster. It starts to ping every 50 seconds or so. It's not immediately noticeable, but eventually you realize it's pinging faster than it did before.
Okay. I'll notify the group saying we're getting closer.
Okay. As you get to this point, you can see ahead of you the mountain range kind of splits the path in a natural way. To the right, you can see the river that you guys would have been following tracks up into the mountains, and to the north, the path would track up further closer back up towards the towns. So do you want to continue following the river, or do you want to start heading north, or do you want to push and start trying to make your way up into the mountains?
Sorry, what are the options again? Up the mountains. What else?
So you could either continue pushing through the mountains and just continue on your path east, because right now you guys have basically just been moving straight east. Your survival checks, while they haven't been the greatest, they have at least been allowing you to stay on path east. But right now you're kind of at like a three-way point. You could either go north up through this valley, you can continue forging ahead into the mountains, which would be far more treacherous, larger peaks, the potential of ice cliffs, or you can follow the river up into the valley that it goes, which unfortunately you would not have an immediate map to tell you where that is leading.
Let's say we follow the river. What do you guys think?
Board the river.
Okay. Follow the river.
Follow the river until the pinging slows down and we realize it was in the mountains.
Because I do want to say, at this point in the day, it is noon. So the sun is not out, as there is no sun in Icewind Dale, but it is dim light. So
just follow the river.
Following the river. Okay. So you guys continue to push along the river, keeping to the south of this mountain. And as the minutes go by, and the minutes turn into the hour of travel, Gerard, you notice that the pinging has now slowed. It was still kept at about that one ping every 50 seconds, but as you start to get into this valley following the river, you have now started to notice that the pinging has slowed.
I'll tell the group, guys, I think the Psi Crystal was behind us. It's starting to slow down with the pings. Or at least the entrance to the underworld or whatever the hell.
Okay. Guess we should turn around. We should start heading. I guess we can't head north. We just had to start.
You can head north through the
back.
Mountains. That's entirely up to you guys.
How bad does it look?
This is kind of like this is kind of like one of the tail ends of the mountains, so it's not like an immediate sheer cliff, but traveling up through the mountains would require you guys your axe beaks would have to put in a lot more work and effort doing this. This would require them to start making constitution saves to avoid exhaustion, as traveling up through the mountains is definitely not the terrain that axe beaks are suited for, as axe beaks are best used for traveling across the plains and the snow, not necessarily through the mountains.
Let me that
in. Okay. So turning about facing and heading back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll a survival check for this one, as you are just heading back to that intersection. But along the way, about, say, half an hour, as you guys are traveling, you notice something, and that is that there appears to be tracks in the snow coming from the direction that you guys came from only about a half an hour ago. Strange trenches through the snow.
Wait, what's up?
You're noticing that there are strange trenches through the snow.
Kind of like the bullet created?
Kind of like what you guys saw, how the bullet created them.
Yeah, I'll just be extra careful, extra on guard, I guess.
Okay. So, Smith and Wu, because Wu, you said you were, keeping an eye out. Both of you roll me a perception check. Aaron. Okay. All right. So, as you guys are tracking along, I gotta roll some, actually. Cool. So, as you guys are moving back along, you can see these burrows, these trenches that have been dug through the ground. Tyne, you have to give me time. Okay. All of a sudden, you see one of these trenches move and kind of cut you guys off. You see there is a movement from one side over to the other. This large path that has kind of been burrowed through the snow.
Like,
say that again, Smith?
Can I take the dodge action and get ready for an attack?
I will say,
like in combat.
I mean, you could technically take it out of combat, but being that you and Wu got high enough perception, you are not going to be surprised. Because as the two of you notice this, Slagru... Oh, his mic's muted. Oh. You there, Glenn?
I don't think I get surprised anyway.
Why?
I think it's a...
Yep, sorry.
Are you good, man?
So what's up?
Oh, if you're surprised at the beginning of combat, but not capacity, you can act normally if you enter a rage before doing anything else. Ah, cool. Makes sense. Slagru, as you guys are riding along, you see Smith and Wu kind of tense up as they notice these tracks, and there's the one that goes in front of the entire party, kind of creating like this line in the snow, and all of a sudden there is this sensation in your head as you hear a small, minute voice that says, "We are surrounded." And as you hear that voice...
Says you're surrounded?
Yes, it says, "We are surrounded." And as you hear that voice, Slagru, you see emerging from where that line has crossed over a large insectoid creature that is burrowing through the snow, half in, half out of the snow. You can all see this as it is starting to advance towards your party. everyone roll initiative.
Oh boy.
All right. So, as this thing moves through the snow, it is currently half in and half out of the snow. Wait, I'm on the wrong one. Here we go. As it moves as it moves through the snow, you can see that it is burrowing through it, and it comes over. You can see the ridges from its back as it begins to splay out this fan-like, this almost like fan fin like design on its back, and you see what appear to be glowing spikes down its spine as it emerges from the snow in front of Wu on the back of Dusk, and it hisses. You see its tendrils in the air kind of bounce around where Wu is, and then it lets out this shrill cry, this and then it attacks. It is going to try and bite at Wu. That is a 12 to hit. So that is going to miss. Why do I have Wu's? Oh, no, I have Wu's AC is 16. Okay, we're good. So, as this attention...
What did you have it at?
No, I was looking at your initiative instead. I have your AC as 16. While this is going on, it lunges out, it screams, it tries to bite at you. But Wu, you notice that while it is snapping at you, it appears to be going after your bag. As this happens, you see the ground behind you guys in a similar arch-like pattern, a burrowing through the ground. Across the surface is another one that moves over to where Wu is and attacks. That's a 12. Oh, damn. Fuck.
At least we're not the only ones rolling shitty numbers.
I know. Gerard, it is your turn.
Woohoo!
No, it's Uwu.
Ew.
Gross. I'm going to look at our two heavy hitters, and I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to try something different. I don't know if this will work, but the interesting part is this is something new. And I'm going to call upon Calarax's Retribution.
Okay.
And I'm going to expend the spell slot and encase Wu and Smith in it.
Okay. All right. So Wu and Smith.
Well, I mean, obviously myself too, because if I'm reading that correctly, it goes. Yeah.
Yep. So Wu and Smith. The two of you suddenly start to. The two of you are suddenly engulfed in flames. These are green flames, and you can see that they don't appear to burn you, but they almost have like a divine, almost like a fuck, what's the word I'm looking for? A radiant quality. Actually forgot to turn line of sight on. There we go.
Oh no.
It is going to be fire damage, but yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the two of you are currently glowing with green flames that are surrounding you.
Is that good or bad?
I guess you'll have to see.
And then I gotta have I'll have Albot attempt to shoot. You know, I'm gonna try the laser gun.
Okay.
That is a 12 to hit.
That misses.
Damn.
You see that this thing, they are still kind of buried a bit in the snow. They currently have half cover where they're at, and it kind of furrows itself a bit and uses that to cover itself.
Okay. And then I'll try. I have Marcus and check in here. I guess it wouldn't be a surprise attack on Marcus's behalf because they know
No.
we're here.
Yeah, they're very well aware that you guys are there.
I'm checking to see if Tail Wrap has anything in the description saying he can't wrap larger creatures.
No,
But it's
not as far as I can see.
because of him being a magic cat, I guess his tail just kind of extends anyways.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have him use Tail Wrap
Okay.
on Y1.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit. It's with a +4 to hit.
Oh wow, 12 again.
Nice. All right.
What is up with these rolls?
So yeah, I know these rolls fucking suck today. You see this, you see Marcus goes up, pounces across the snow, shoots its tail out and tries to wrap it, but this creature fans out its fins and lets out a hiss as it just breaks his tail off of him. Doesn't destroy the tail or nothing, but just breaks it off of him. All right, Smith, it is your turn.
Can you move me like southwest so I can attack both of them, or attack either one of them?
Southwest. Okay, so yeah. Are you staying on the back of Old Smithy?
I guess so, because
Okay.
I had to do a dex check if I want to get down or something like that.
No, it's half of your movement to get down. Or
Can I still
you. What's that?
Could I still be able to reach him if I got down?
If you got off of him, you would still have 20 feet of movement, so that would be, yeah, you would be able to move down to here and, you like get between them.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
Rage and attack.
All right.
Reckless attack.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Damn.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
Damn it. Divine Fury.
Damn.
And
Right.
then second attack.
So we got 19 so far. And is this against
I guess one. Did Boo attack yet? No.
No.
Probably just Y1, I guess.
Okay. I don't know why that one was coming up as 3. I don't have a third one on the map. It's fucking weird.
Not yet, you don't.
No, I don't have another one of those on the map.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Woo!
Nation.
All right, so we always go with the first two, or yeah, the first dice there. So that's 3 plus 5. No, 3 plus 7. So that's 10. Plus 10 plus your max, which is 12, so 22. And then plus 2 for your rage. Hell yeah. All right, so you move up between these two. You rage as loud as you can. As you do, you kind of shake the ground and the ice around you, imposing yourself between these two creatures and Wu. And as that happens, you see a fissure is created in the ground next to you, where on the map it literally has a giant icy fissure. And from that, you see another one of these creatures that is even larger than the two you are currently facing.
I told you there was a third one.
Well, this one, that's what I mean. This one's listed as R1. So it's not Y3. I don't know whether there was a Y3. As this thing emerges through there, it lets out that same shriek. You can see that the two antennae from its head are bouncing around wildly as it burrows through the snow over to here, and is going to hit Smith. Actually, Smith. Smith, when you hit this creature with your 2 axe attack, or with your Dawzimmer, you feel a blast of hot air hit you with each attack. As when you dig in, it lets out this jettison of heat. With your rage taken into consideration, I need you to take 8 points of fire damage.
Is that from, did Jared's thing do anything?
Actually, not yet, because his is when you yeah, it's so the way that Jared's thing, his feat works is that for the next minute, any creature that hits you with a melee attack is immediately enveloped in green flames, must make a dex save against his spell save DC, or take radiant or fire damage.
I'm assuming that wasn't melee.
No, this was an effect whenever you hit it with your
Gotcha.
With your axe. It was this blast of heat.
Gotcha.
But the one that has arrived on the battlefield is going to attempt to bite at you, and that is a 26 to hit.
Yep.
And oh wait, actually, I don't even need it that close.
There we go. My headset wasn't working. Basically, my ability just gives everybody a lesser version of Hellish Rebuke for a minute.
Yeah, kind of. So, Smith, this thing reaches out from the snow, bites down at you. As it does, you feel a tremendous heat take over your body. You can feel it burning into you, and you are going to take 17 points of damage. That's with your rage taken into account. And as it does, you feel that it does not let go as it's biting down on top of you, as you are currently grappled by this creature, and it pulls you closer to it.
Would that be considered an attack on him?
That is an attack. I already rolled. As it bites down, you see the green flames wrap around this thing, and it doesn't even seem to notice. Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. Slagru, it is your turn. You just watched these 3 creatures emerge from the snow, and the 2 of them tried to go after Wu, who was able to move out of the way of their bite, but this large one came out and bit Smith and dragged it closer to him, and is now holding onto Smith's side, bearing these large teeth.
Okay. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to try to. I'm going to go try to. Damn it. Want to try to hit Y1.
Okay.
Alright.
So assuming dismounting off of the
shit,
axe
yeah.
beak and
Yeah, I forgot I was even on that thing.
it's all right. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna say that you were able to dismount him and move over with enough speed that you can get the attack in.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh no.
I DM'd you something real fast, Lucas.
13.
Hey.
Unfortunately, actually no, that does hit because Wu is currently engaged with that one. So you do get flanking bonus, so it does hit.
Oh sweet. Okay, so let's see. Wow. Right. 13.
Okay. All right. Are you did you roll your sneak damage?
Um.
Or are you rolling your sneak damage on this one?
Oh, was that the one where I just right click and then hit critical?
No. You did right. You did right for your basic tongue lasher. But I didn't know if you were rolling your sneak attack damage because one of your allies is within 5 feet of it.
Okay, so that's the one where I would usually add crit damage.
No, what you did was perfect. You just need to, if you want to add your sneak damage, scroll the whole way to the bottom of your actions tab and roll the 4d6.
Added. Oh, that's right. This is the thing that usually does the most damage.
Yeah. Because you did tongue lasher right because it, it's
about another third.
Okay, 26 damage. All right.
And I get the hell away. Then can I still do the whole get the F away?
So here's the thing. You would only have enough movement, or you wouldn't have enough movement to move away from it. And so you could either dash to get away from it because you don't have enough movement right now to actually get away from it without taking the opportunity attack. So you could dash to get away, but you'd risk the opportunity attack, or you can take the dodge action and as a bonus action and stand your ground there, because you have that ability backwards fucking pageantry, and you could attempt to dodge the attack if it does go after you. Because basically, if you want to get away from this thing, you can't disengage as a bonus action because you have to dash as a bonus action. So you will risk the opportunity attack.
Oh, we'll risk it.
Okay. So go ahead and move yourself back as this thing is going to use its opportunity attack against you. Hey.
Risk it for the biscuit.
That's an 18. That hits.
Cloud.
Okay. Woo is going to
Yeah,
use.
make a dexterity. What? Wait a minute. What? Because this
Aaron-
thing's telling me to make a dexterity check against it.
Right. So here's what's happening. Okay, you're using your bonus action to dash and to move away from this thing. It is going to successfully hit you, but as it's doing that, you see a cloud form around your waist as Wu has used his cloud rune. Which one do you want it to go after, Aaron?
The big one.
Okay.
The one that has Smith.
All right. So that was an 18 to hit, which means that will connect. So you see this cloud form around this larger one and bite into him, but and you see that like this teeth sinks in as the big one lets out this pained yelp, but it does not drop Smith. But you are able to successfully get away from the creature.
Does this count as a? Does it proc sentinel as well? Or no? Unless you actually didn't get hit.
Actually, I don't know. When a creature within 5 feet makes an attack against a target other than you can use your reaction to. Yeah, I mean, it actually doesn't say that it has to hit an ally or target. So yeah, you can. Yeah, 21 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. Okay, 10 points.
12, right?
12, yes. All right, Groff. It is your turn. The cacophony and chaos. Oh wait, actually, Smith. Never mind. I was thinking of something else. Groff, it's your turn.
All right, I draw my first card. I'm gonna summon Blue Eyes White Dragon.
It's Pot of Greed, and you're gonna use Pot of Greed to pull Pot of Greed to your hand.
Yes. Exodia, I win.
It allows me to draw 2 additional cards.
Which I draw
Fuck
Pot
the
of Greed
rules.
and Pot of Greed.
All right. Let's see. Oh, where am I at?
On
There
the
it
map.
is. All right. First attack with my Blessed Blow. Oh, wait, no. That's right. I'm going to use my that Morning Lord's Wreath ability.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else has done that yet.
No.
So then my first attack is going to be Nat 20.
Jesus fucking Christ. Are
Nat
you
20.
wreathing this? Are you wreathing this in flaming or radiant damage?
Fire.
Okay.
And I accidentally rolled the
fine.
wrong. Just so however you want to do that.
We always go with the first die, so it'll be the 1 plus 5 plus the total of the bow. So that would be 6 plus 8, so 4. Actually, exactly what you rolled there.
Ha, suck it. And then my extra attack is 13.
Okay, that misses. Oh wait, are you attacking the one? Here?
Sorry, Y1. Y1.
Sorry, I think you did say that. Okay, it does miss.
Okay. Would it miss if I hit the big one?
No, would have missed even worse.
Okay.
And your Dread Ambusher.
25 with the Dread Ambusher.
Wait, you rolled a 14? 14 hits.
No, I rolled. Wait, 14?
You rolled a 4 plus 10.
Oh, I added the 10 extra. My bad.
Wait, for your third attack?
Yeah, no, in my mind I saw 14. I'm like, okay, I have plus 10, so it's 20 plus 1, 25. But it already has the plus 10 in there, so I just got confused.
Gotcha.
So you're right, 15. 15 does hit?
15 does hit.
Okay, so 6 plus 3, 9 more fire damage.
Okay.
That'll be it.
All right. So
Is it super effective?
as you pull back your bowstrings, or as you pull back your bowstring on your blessed bow of the Black Glacier, you call upon the power of the Morning Lord, the blessing of Lathander that you received way back up in way back up at the Black Cabin, and the empowerment that the Morning Lord's wreath giving you, allowing you to wreath your weapon in flaming energy and being able to change your damage type to fire. The flames glow, your arrows glow with flaming energy as you draw your first one and pull back and shoot, and in quick succession you get your 3 shots out, the one skimming by but the 2 hitting, and as they hit into
Does it hit Smith?
It does not hit Smith, as Smith is right behind him, but as these flaming arrows hit into this thing, you see that the flames just cascade over its body as you see the glowing spines down its back kind of flash with a flaming energy that glows a little bit brighter with your hit. You realize there is not a mark nor a scratch where your flaming arrows hit.
So not very effective.
Almost as if you would say it took no damage at all.
Fuck this game.
Trading it in.
Yeah, because my whole hellish rebuke thing does absolutely nothing.
Oh boy.
I came back.
Oh boy. You know what? There was a part of me that was like, I'm gonna put this encounter in here because, you know, I've been wanting to. And I'm like, you know what? Jared and I had talked about his feat, and I was like, I kind of hope he uses it just so I, you know, get a little bit of a chuckle. The Morning Lord's Wreath thing, the first time it's used is against a creature that has immunity to fire. I'm sorry. I love you, Justin, but that was the best thing ever.
You suck.
I know. I'm so sorry.
You sucked a little pee-pee.
Aaron, it is your turn.
Alright. I
I'm
am.
going to a liquor store.
I don't blame you after that.
Bring me back
there.
something too to kill this freaking cold.
Wait, what did you say?
Said bring me back something too to kill this fucking cold.
Oh.
I'm going to use my bonus action.
Okay.
I think it's a bonus action.
Yes.
I can't find it. To take resistance.
Oh,
here it is.
oh. Okay. Is that your hill rune?
Yeah,
Okay.
I found it.
All right, cool.
It's just everything on my phone is blurred, so I'm like, I can't see shit anything.
No, I gotcha. All right, so bonus action hill rune to gain resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing for a minute. And then your action.
I'm going to Chardelin Saber.
That is going to miss.
Smith nearby.
Yes, he is, but that is still going to miss.
12. Alright. Second.
That's going to hit.
Poison.
DC 13 con. It fails.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you rolled 11 points of damage. Actually, never mind.
Oh, is it dead?
Yeah, you miss with the first one as your saber glances off of the top of it, but your second attack hits true and you are able to cut this thing down. In a final burst, as you do, Smith, Wu, and Dusk. I need the three of you to actually Smith. I think Smith automatically fails it.
For being grappled.
Actually, nothing says on here that grapple imposes a disadvantage on it. Huh. It can't benefit from its speed, though. Well, at least Wu and Wu, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for yourself and for Dusk.
How would I do it for Dusk?
So you're gonna go to your extras tab, click his sheet, and his dexterity is +1. So you're just gonna roll a d20 +1.
I keep forgetting.
You know what? No,
Yeah.
that's restrained. Yeah. So Smith, you're just gonna make a regular dexterity saving throw.
With advantage. Quadruple advantage? But can I see it? Do I get advantage on it?
You can see this thing exploding behind you, so you do actually get advantage.
Nice.
Yeah, you're not blind, deaf, or incapacitated.
Got a 16.
Okay. So
12. 13.
okay. So with that, you, the three of you, are all going to take 6 points of fire damage.
I'm immune to fire damage.
Huh?
So I'm immune to fire damage.
You're not immune to fire damage. Listen to you over there trying to snicker to yourself, slowly dying. I'd call you an idiot, but you already know that.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Yes.
6.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. 6 to both you and your mount.
Let's see. And then. What time of day is it?
It's literally noon.
Okay, I'm gonna hop off of Dusk.
Okay.
Move over to Y2.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna have Dusk move like outside of combat so he doesn't get hurt anymore.
Okay. He will he will make a dash over to where old Smithy has headed back to.
And then I'll hold there for the time being.
Okay. So the one that is in front of you, it lets out this shrill cry. As it does, it burrows around you, seemingly trying to get behind you. And I'm actually going to... I need you to make a strength saving throw.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Nat 20.
Oh, shit, you did.
Oh,
So,
nice.
this creature moves behind you. You hear it let out a shrill cry as it pops up through the snow, and it goes and bites down on your pack that is on your back. And as it does, it tries to rip it from you, but you are able to pull it out of its mouth.
And punch it in the head.
Nope, you don't get an opportunity attack.
Does it attack me?
It does not. It's not using its bite attack against you.
But it's my person.
It did not deal damage to you. I don't know what you're asking.
I'm trying to get Jared's thing to proc.
Oh, no. No, it did not hit
It
you.
doesn't matter because it's immune to fire.
That's true.
Doesn't it do fire or radiant?
It could. It could do either or, but that's chosen whenever your Rard uses that ability, and he picked fire.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, you done fucked up.
As this thing is...
We all did, because even Justin's fire arrows did nothing, because...
As this thing tries to bite at your pack, it is unsuccessful, at which point it unfurls that large wing-like carapace that's on it, and you see the spines down its back begin to glow with a powerful energy. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Okay.
Can I use my inspiration to reroll?
Sure. Taking the new one. Okay.
I'm okay with that.
You take 4 fire damage as this thing concentrates its own internal heat source and blasts you with a with just this like powerful heat wave. As you do, you see that it kind of melts a little bit of the snow around you, which almost instantly freezes back, turning the ground into a slick, icy surface around you.
Interesting. You know what, Lucas?
Yeah, buddy.
You know how much health I have right now?
Enough.
69.
Nice. Urard, it is your turn.
There is nothing saying that I have to make a strength against somebody being grappled or whatever with rescue. I just want to confirm that. Am I able to use rescue and pull Smith out of the grapple? Because there is nothing saying I have to oppose a grapple with rescue because of it being a magical chain. Yeah, because according to this, it just says you cast forth a chain of magical energy.
So
that
here's what you will
ally.
have to do. Here's what I will say. You can attempt rescue. What you will have to do is you will have to make. You will have to try and beat the escape DC with your spellcasting modifier. So essentially, you are going to roll a. You're going to roll a charisma check against this thing's escape DC, which is 17.
Damn, I was hoping you would tell me I can use a spell attack instead of the modifier.
No.
Alright, let's see if it works, because this is a bonus action. I get 16, one below.
So you cast forth this ethereal chain. As it wraps around Smith, you go to pull him, but you see that this creature that has its jaws wrapped around him bites down harder, kind of staring at you in resistance and pulling it, and the chains shatter.
Well, good thing that's a bonus action, because now it's getting blasted with 2 Eldritch Blasts.
All right.
Maybe. First one's 25 to hit.
That hits.
Second one's 23 to hit.
That hits.
First one is, 5 force damage.
Ooh.
Second one is 13 force damage.
So total of 18.
And now, onwards to the animal companions. I'm going to have Marcus try and wrap the wrap Y2 to restrain it. That is a 23.
Yes. It wraps around. You see that one, that's the fans, that the furls that it had up, you see Marcus's tail wraps around, kind of pulls those in. That one is currently restrained.
Woo-hoo. And now we'll have Albot go ahead and attempt to shoot Y2. And
Okay.
since it's a restraint, Albach gets advantage.
Yes, he does.
Here's the first one. I'm just using the regular bullet.
Okay.
I rolled 2. That's the +3, so it's 11.
Okay. I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
Yep.
Okay.
This one's a flaccid 20.
Okay. The flaccid 20 hits.
1d4 plus 1. Woohoo, 2 piercing.
Oof. All right, well, at least it's taking some damage now. All right. Smith, it's your turn. Yorar just tried to pull you free of this creature's grasp, but it still has you grappled at the moment. You can try to break free from it as an action.
Or I can just attack it, right?
You can attack it.
I can't
motherfucker!
move, right?
Oh, motherfucker! I did miss that. Until the grapple ends, the creature is restrained. So fuck. Oh well.
I can't move, right?
Correct. You have no movement speed unless you were to break its grapple. So yeah,
Okay.
you're currently grappled and restrained. I don't know why I didn't. I need to just read further into their things.
What does restrain mean?
Restrain means
Like-
that attacks against you have advantage, and your attacks have disadvantage, and that you would also have disadvantage on dex saves, which means that dex save I had you roll earlier would have just been made normally, but you rolled 2 12s, so it doesn't matter.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yep. So
Alright, reckless attack.
okay.
I'll use Morning Lord's Wreath, or whatever it's called, and select radiant damage.
Okay.
One, does
Change.
that add +3 damage?
No, it just changes the damage type from whatever you would normally have to radiant.
Oh. What am I thinking of? Dosmer's. Can I use the Dosmer's thing?
You can use Dawzimmer's own ability,
I use
Summer's Warmth. It's a bonus action to expend a charge for the next minute. Hits with this deal an additional amount of fire damage equal to your proficiency bonus. Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh wait, actually, at level 4, the weapon now has 2 charges that it regains at dawn. You can choose to change the damage of Summer's Warmth to radiant instead of fire.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Shit, we never even. Fuck, I gotta adjust your thing. You have the new ability on Dawzimmer now.
Alright. Reckless attack.
Okay. So that is going to attack. That's going to be a normal attack because your attacks have disadvantage right now.
What?
You're restrained, which means your attacks have disadvantage.
Okay.
So just
Does that
keep.
still hit?
Well, we'll go with the first number because that's how we always roll. So that would be a 15 to hit. That is going to miss.
Okay. Reroll that.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. That definitely does hit.
Okay.
Okay, so we got 19 points of damage, radiant damage. All right, yeah, so Smith, just so you know, you'll want to reload your character sheet. Hopefully the level 8 ability of Dawzimmer is no longer crossed out because you now have that, but I'm going to send it to you. I didn't mean to send you that whole thing.
Did you include the extra damage?
Yeah, the 2 extra from Rage.
+3?
Oh, I did not add the plus, add that extra one. Not that. I sent you more than I should have. There we go. Yeah, so you now have an ability with Dawzimmer, one with the shadow. Actually, we'll have to change that. That was from before. We'll have to change it, so I'll adjust that next time. because that was from whenever it was the Boreas sword. So, okay. So, as you dig into this creature, trying to just gnash away at it as it's biting into the side of you, it is going to bite down even harder with a 31 to hit. Actually, that's a nat 20. Okay.
Reroll.
Reroll?
Reroll.
What are you using?
My shield thing.
What is your shield thing?
Mystic Shield or some bullshit like that.
What the
He's done this before, and you asked him the same exact question, and it turned out that you did have to
Runic
re-roll.
shield. Yeah. Runic
Yeah.
shield. When another creature within 60 feet is hit by an attack, you can use your action to force the attacker to re-roll the d20 and use the new roll. Okay. Well, that's still a 23 to hit, so not a nat 20 anymore.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah. I got you.
All right, so Smith, you are going to take 22 points of piercing damage, and that is already with your rage taken into account.
Stone's endurance.
You can use Stone's Endurance to buff a little bit of that as well.
22, you said?
Yes.
So that is 8. Does that get any sort of buff?
It is. It's D12 plus 4, so you only take 10. But the thing is as this thing has you grappled and restrained, it bites down onto the top of you, and you see that its jaw slowly begins to open as it is beginning to swallow you. And you are currently swallowed.
Nice.
So you are no longer grappled, but you are currently restrained and blinded.
Yummy.
Now, you also have total cover against attacks and other effects outside of this creature. But as you are being swallowed into this creature, you do feel an intense burning around you. All of you around just watched as Smith was... as Smith was grappled by this thing, it wrapped its body around him, came up, and then came down on top of him, much like an anaconda from the movie Anaconda, and swallows him whole. You see for a brief moment, Smith's skin turns into a kind of stone-like, rocky, craggy surface, trying to resist some of this damage, but in a moment his body is fully engulfed by this. Smith, as you are being pulled down into this creature, you feel a burning sensation around you as its stomach acids try to dissolve you. You are going to take 18 points of acid damage.
Immune to acid damage?
Not immune to acid. All right. So Smith is currently inside the creature.
All I can think of is Men in Black there.
Oh,
This
yeah,
was my
yeah,
plan
kinda.
all along.
That's right.
I think of Drax from Guardians of the
Oh,
Galaxy.
yeah. Getting eaten by the aboleth. All right. So
I want it to be eaten so I can kill it from the inside.
as this thing swallows Smith, you can see the large shape of Smith moving down its body as this thing lets out another ear-piercing screech and moves over next to Wu as it screeches into your face. Slagru, you just watched Smith the Goliath Barbarian be eaten by this thing. What do you do?
I'm going to go after Y2.
Okay.
What is that? 30?
That sucks.
No, that's
Sorry, buddy.
better. Okay. All right, and
All I wanted was to use my new cleave
going
ability.
to try to hit it.
Yeah, I wanted to use my new ability. Justin wanted to use the Morning Wraith, and man, I don't want to play D&D anymore.
That's gonna hit.
Okay.
I'm just going to eat it afterwards, so we're good.
Happy Father's Day
for
to the motherfucker DM.
Be right back. I'm gonna grab a beverage.
All right.
Hold on 1 second. Great damage.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So we got
On
11,
that.
and
Let me
Woo
see.
Woo is currently
Okay.
engaged with that creature, so you would get or he's within 5 feet, so you'd get your sneak damage.
Okay. Get that out of my way. And another 10.
Okay. All right. Are you staying there? Or are you moving back?
Okay, can I use the whole disengage thing this time?
No. Disengage is only if you still have movement left. You would have to dash and risk the attack of opportunity.
Ah, god damn it. I'll dash away again.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 22 to hit you. And unfortunately, Woo already used his reaction. So as you are running away, Jesus Christ. Slagger, as you are running away, you are going to take 32 points of piercing damage as this thing bites into you after you just stabbed it. So you're going to take 32 piercing and 7 points of fire.
Christ.
Whew. I was not expecting that much. I rolled a 9.
Oh, is that why you yelled?
I rolled
Like you said, 32 piercing and
7
What?
fire. Yep, 32 piercing, 7 fire.
Are you
I
dead yet?
Jesus. Whew. Yeah, I did not. I rolled. So I rolled a. This thing's piercing is 3d10 plus 4. I rolled a 9,
Ooh.
a 9, and a 10. So I did so close to max damage against you. All right, Groff. It is
I'm
your
not
turn.
talking to you.
You you just watched Smith get swallowed by this creature, and at the same time, Slagru ran up past you, stabbed it with his rapier, and as Slagru was turning around to run back, this thing came in, bit him, and oh, actually, or no, he doesn't have that ability. No, he doesn't have that ability. You can see that he bites into Slagru, who has this massive gash now in his back, and some of his clothing is a little bit scorched. It is your turn.
Hey, Jared,
Yes.
can you tell Lucas that I'm going to use Hunter's Mark?
Sure. Hey, Lucas.
Yeah.
Groff is going to use Hunter's Mark.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Is that on a certain creature, Justin, or
It's
is
going
it
to be on
just...
Y2.
Okay. It's gonna be on Y2, Lucas.
Gotcha. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead and tell him to make his attack.
Okay. Justin, can you make your attack?
Tell him I said
Oh,
fuck off, and then it's a 16 to hit.
He said it was a 16 to hit, and he loved you very much.
Tell him that hits.
That hits.
Ask him what kind of damage it is.
What kind of damage is it? He said something about hoping it's fire.
Tell him it's piercing damage,
Okay.
as it turns out. It's just piercing damage.
Okay.
So,
So
all right, I'm
Why
gonna
is
knock that
Jared
off
being
now.
the middle
you're
man?
fine. Alright.
13.
So 13
Oh, wait,
piercing.
hold on. Yeah. Okay, 13 piercing. I just realized the whole cold necrotic thing was only the one extra attack,
Oh, gotcha.
or rather,
Shit.
it's the extra damage from Hunter's Mark.
Oh, I forgot. Well, wait, you mean the fire?
No. The fire is only one turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I was like, at first I thought I had to change it. I'm like, fuck,
Gotcha.
I gotta waste my bonus action on this shit.
Okay, so is the D8 cold or necrotic?
I'm just gonna keep it piercing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I'm not
All
fucking
right.
with these motherfuckers anymore. Just dead.
Cool.
They're doing dead.
Amen,
They're dead
brother.
now. Extra attack.
Yep,
Dead. 24,
that
fucker.
hits.
That's right. 8 plus 1, that's 9.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna roll a D100 for fuck you damage.
Okay.
85, it's dead.
Oh shit, man, that says fuck you. All right. Good job. And we are gonna go to Woo's turn. Woo, Groff just shot the one next to you with 2 arrows, mundane, basic ass arrows. But
That are
you just
better than
watched-
the ones on fire,
That's
apparently.
very true. But you watched the one Swallow Smith in front of you.
I'm gonna yell out to Smith, "You got this." If not, I'll be there eventually. And then I'm going to go large.
Okay.
Oh. Using Giant's Might
Okay.
as a bonus action. And then I'm going to attack the one that tried biting my backpack with the Shardon Saber. Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh wait, you're attacking Y2?
Yeah, the small one.
That's actually gonna hit.
Hell yeah. D6. Alright, second attack. The same thing.
Okay. Go and roll the damage.
Roots. Poison?
I don't even have to roll.
Oh, it's dead?
Nope. Immune to poison.
Of course it is.
So why'd you have the other one roll and then you're like, oh wait, never mind, it's dead?
Well, because I realized the two things at once.
You suck.
I know.
I'm gonna go play Diablo. Fuck this.
I can't play Diablo anymore because my hotspot was out and I was in the middle of the world boss.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Whew.
I was like, son of a bitch. And it was like over halfway dead.
That is upsettingly rough. Okay.
I don't think I have anything else. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okie dokie. All right. Well, that creature is going to attack you again, but this time, yeah. So it bites down at your bag again. I need you to make a strength check again.
Cool. I get advantage on this one. You said strength check?
Okay.
You there, Lucas?
Yeah, I'm here. I just had to roll. Okay. So, this thing reaches forward as you just took 2 slashes at it. It reaches forward. As it does, it bites onto your pack and it rips it away from you. You feel the straps of it snap from under your arms, and you see that it has it in its jaws. As
You fucker, we're being attacked because you have its baby in your bag.
As it burrows underground,
What?
And you see that it burrows under the snow, and then you can see a trail of shifted snow moving away from you.
You took that egg, and now we're being attacked by its family.
What egg?
Forever ago, or not even that long ago, whenever the cobalt or whatever, there was the egg, and you snatched it before Erard could take it, and it's probably the egg of these creatures. That's why I just took your bag.
I don't ever remember having an egg.
What Jared is referring to is that what Jared is referring to is that back at the Ice Giant Lodge, you when you guys were exploring around there and you found the kobolds, there was an opening in the ground that you began to explore that had some odd secretion around that area that you checked in your book, and you found some information about creatures called Remmerhazes.
Oh yeah.
And you took the egg.
That's
true indeed.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna get carried away, and he's gonna run away and take me with him.
Hold on, don't worry, Smith. I'm gonna attempt something to help you out, but I don't think it may or may not work. We'll see.
1 second.
I got a plan. I don't think it's gonna work though.
That's pretty much where I'm at right now. I have a plan. I don't know if it'll work.
One quick second. I gotta...
Lucas is currently looking to see everything that Aaron had placed in his bag to delete from his character sheet.
And I still haven't moved all the shit over that he told me to, because I haven't had fucking internet for like 2 weeks now.
It's true. That does suck.
Fucking trash trucks in my area are fucking retarded.
I figured you lost internet due to all those storms that's been whipping through the west and whatnot.
No, literally the trash truck has taken out our lines the last 2 weeks.
Nice.
Okay. Sorry, I have to type something to Smith real quick. I don't know why I love this, but okay. Okay. So, yeah. Up next is Gerard.
Erard's gonna try and get within Hold on, I have to see here. Or it's going to try and get within 10 feet of the giant creature.
10 feet of the giant creature. With on the back of Azure, or do you want to dismount Azure?
I'll do it with Azure.
Okay.
A little bit faster movement.
Okay, you
And
are currently within 10 feet.
I'm going to use Fey Presence.
Okay.
Has to make a wisdom saving throw, or it's going to be charmed by me.
Mm. You said wisdom?
Yes. Save
Okay.
DC is 15.
Fails.
Okay, cool. As it's charmed by me, I now gain extra advantage on, even though I already have advantage, so it doesn't really matter, but it's more likely to be persuaded, I guess, to convince it to do something. I'm going to use my animal handling check with advantage to convince it to spit Smith out.
Okay. Go ahead and make an animal handling check. And I'm going to say that,
Son of a bitch!
Wow. Okay, well, I was gonna say, because of the whole scenario, I was gonna pose a little bit of a penalty, but I think that's already penalty enough.
Yeah, because the only thing I could do is add a +4 modifier to it.
Yeah.
Because the only other thing
Man, the one time that
because all the rules today have been
all the
absolute
rules today
garbage.
have been fucking ridiculous. Oh,
Yeah, I don't
man.
think I have much of anything because I don't have inspiration or anything. Yep, nope. It is still charmed by me.
Mm-hmm. Wait, who did we just
So,
lose?
huh?
No, we didn't lose anyone. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, I think we lost Smith for a second.
No, you lost me.
Somebody left and rejoined, so.
Okay.
Me. My dad called me, and then I lost headset connection with the chat. So I'm like, let me leave and join.
Gotcha.
Well, that's pretty much all I can do. It's still charmed, but that's about it. Son of a bitch.
Okay, yeah. It is charmed by you. So
This game sucks.
You do have that benefit.
I do have the animal companions.
Yep.
I am gonna have Marcus kind of go up next to Slagru and use his new ability, Healing Burst.
Okay.
Once per long rest, your companion can use an action to restore 2d6 hit points to all friendly creatures within 10 feet of it. So Slagru, you get 8 healing. You're healed for 8 HP.
There you go.
And that's about it, because... yeah. Son of a bitch. Well, Smith, whatever your plan is, I hope it works, since everything else failed. I'm going to play Diablo. I'll see you guys later.
All right, Smith, it is your turn. You are currently blinded and restrained.
Oh. Is he bloodied by chance?
No.
Damn.
No, he is not. Yeah, basically, blinded means that that your attacks have disadvantage. Restrained just means you can't move.
I am blinded and restrained.
Yes.
So my attacks would have disadvantage. If I reckless attack, they would just have regular attack.
Yes.
I would. I don't know. Let's try. I think I want to try my sword's new ability. Yeah.
Okay. So, those of you that are watching on, as you
Axe,
see
right?
this. What's that?
Is it an axe? It's an axe, right?
It is. Yes.
Okay.
So those of you that are watching on, as you are watching in horror as this creature in front of you has swallowed Smith, the one that attacked Wu has taken his bag and made off with it, and is burrowing through the snow. All of a sudden, you see the inner part of this creature, the one that swallowed Smith, begin to glow with a bright, radiant light. What the hell are you streaming?
Diablo.
God damn it, Jared.
No, I'm turning it off. I just did it for the sake of the joke.
As you are watching this, Smith, what I need you to do is I need you to make I need you to make a strength check.
Straight up strength check.
Straight up strength check.
Advantage since I'm raging?
You are raging, so you have advantage on it.
Whew. Womp womp.
So what you guys see is from the interior of this creature, you see this glowing bright spot that begins to move up towards the front of this creature. As you are watching this bright spot, all of a sudden you see its mouth begins to open, kind of like a snake were to be regurgitating something. And as that happens, from this creature's mouth, you see Smith stepping out with an ethereal glow to him like you have never seen before. No longer bathed in just the green flames from the benefit of Calorix. You now see standing before you this Goliath barbarian that you have been traveling with for some time now has this gleaming luminescent aura about him, and that his entire skin has an almost radiant quality to it. He doesn't say a word. He just appears to be climbing out of this thing's mouth and then stepping down to the ground. With that, Smith, you are out of this creature.
Let me refresh my page here.
Yeah.
That was a bonus action, right?
It is. It's a bonus action to enter that state and exit it. So you would not be able to exit it on this turn.
Nor can I attack, right?
Correct.
So that pretty much just leaves dodge action?
You could take the dodge action, yeah.
I can still move, right?
Yeah, you have a 30-foot climbing and walking speed in this state.
I don't know, you can leave me here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are basically seeing, what you are used to seeing Smith as, but it's almost as if he's like, who the fuck? Adam Warlock from the Marvel universe and like Guardians of the Galaxy, just this gleaming, radiant version of Smith. And actually, As he steps out, literally everyone here, you are all, he is so radiant, you guys can't even see him.
I see everything.
No, I'm kidding. You're not in bright light or sunlight, so. Yeah. So that is gonna be that. All right. So, it is the huge Rimeraz's turn. Feeling this, like having this moment where it basically had this forced regurgitation upon it. It sees Smith standing there, but it turns its focus to Wu, that it can still smell the scent of its young on his person.
Isn't it charmed?
It is charmed by Urard.
All the charm does is it prevents it from attacking me.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Yep.
Does it end if we attack?
No,
It
ends...
actually didn't say anything. It just ends up at the start or the end of my next turn.
The end of your next turn.
Okay.
All right. That is a 25 to hit Wu. And that is going to be, with resistance taken into account, that is going to be 20 points of piercing and 10 fire. So that's going to be 30 total. And
That's
you are currently grappled and restrained.
Oh.
All right, Slagru. You just watched as Smith kind of just like walked out of this creature, and then this creature turned to fight Wu.
Hey Lucas, I
Does
just
this
realized
creature look
something.
injured at all?
I'm gonna DM you it because
okay.
it's a bit too late.
It is not bloodied.
Let's see.
Oh.
Where is it? Where is it?
That's why I'm like, it's a bit late, so I DM it to you because it's already resolved and taken care of, and that was my screw up for forgetting.
Okay. I want to move up to Groff.
Okay.
Can I equip a weapon?
Yeah. As part of your attack action, you can switch weapons.
Yeah. Okay, we're switching to the laser rifle.
Nice.
It's only nice if I hit the thing. Okay, laser rifle. +4. Holy shit. Okay, let's see. 13.
That is going to miss.
Yeah, I figured.
Unfortunately.
I can't tell if it's freaking like
What's that?
nothing. I wasn't sure if it hit 9 or 19 and
Oh, gotcha.
popped up.
Gotcha. All right. Do you do anything else?
Where am I? Nope, I'm pretty much staying where I'm at.
Okay. So here's the thing to keep in mind, and I'll give you this one for free. You have an ability called Steady Aim, which is a bonus action, where... oh, wait, no, that's if you haven't moved this turn. So here's what I will say. If you want to instead have stayed where you were, drawed your laser rifle, use your bonus action to steady aim, you can give yourself advantage on that attack.
Okay.
So we can say that you did that, and go ahead and roll again. Okay, well, still would have been a 13, but, you know, you have that in mind right now of you can use your bonus action to give yourself steady aim to give yourself advantage on the attack on your turn. You just can't move whenever you do that. All right. Groff. It is your turn.
No.
Yes.
Still mad.
I'm sorry.
Listen, you know what happened today? We woke up. The wife was like, let's have cinnamon rolls for Father's Day.
Ooh.
Get upstairs. You know what we have?
No cinnamon
Pizza
rolls.
crust. They're not cinnamon rolls. No. So you know what? That's fine. Let's go out.
Wait. Before you continue the story.
Hold on, I got 2 more parts of this.
Diabetes.
And then we're like, let's go shopping. We need a few things. So we'll have a nice little shopping trip and go get some lunch. Okay? Then we're held up by an hour because her brother's being a dick. All right?
Okay.
Then we finally leave and we're going to go to the Mexican restaurant out by Target. All right?
Yep.
We get there. It's basically on fire. It's surrounded by fire trucks. There's firemen on the roof. All right. So then I'm like, let's play D&D with my friends. And this motherfucker's like, yeah, no, these ice dragon looking things that burst out of the ground, they're immune to fire. Fuck this game. I attack.
Okay.
Okay, so wait. My question is, going back to the beginning, did you buy pizza dough thinking it was cinnamon rolls, or did you think you had cinnamon rolls and it turns out it was pizza dough for a different purchase?
So we had bought, I don't know when, pizza dough, in like that tube that Pillsbury makes, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, probably forever ago. And my wife was texting my mother-in-law and was like, hey, do we have this stuff for breakfast? And she's like, no, we don't have that, but we do have cinnamon rolls. Just remembering the tube was in there, and it's been so long since I looked at it, we just thought it was cinnamon rolls. So I get up there and it's pizza crust. So
Okay, that's all the clarification I wanted. Other than that, yeah, I'm sorry, Justin, your day sucked worse than mine.
that's right.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
This is the life of the dread ambusher. Anyway, see, I worked it all back into D&D. Hunter's Mark again on R1. That's its name, or it's whatever.
The only one that's visible.
Right, 29.
That hits.
One plus 7, 8 piercing.
Okay.
16.
That misses.
What if I'm aiming for Jared?
That would hit.
13.
You won't snowballs.
All right. Woo! It is your turn.
Yay. Give me just a second.
Okay.
Alright. Shardolin Saber 1.
Okay. Misses.
Okay. Shardolin Saber 2.
That hits.
21. And this one's also resistant
Correct.
to poison?
Yep.
Okay. Offhand.
We lost somebody.
We lost Glenn. There he is. Okay. 9 damage to that.
And then
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do action surge.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do 2 shard element savers.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Okay. So whatever you roll plus 8. Nice. 16.
Okay. $16.
Okay. That misses.
Alright.
All right. So you get some clean hits into this thing. You are striking it. I have been forgetting to do this. Actually, you guys have mostly been doing range damage against it. That was 3 successful hits. That'd be total. I need you to take 31 points of fire damage as you cut into this thing and you are unleashing this wave of heat in your direction.
I'm inside it. I'm in it? On it? Grappled by it?
Yes.
You said 31?
31 fire. Correct. Oh, wait, you're
Sure.
restrained by it, which means all of those attacks would have disadvantage. So, hold on. Let me look at something. That would have hit. That would have hit. Okay.
How many more attack rolls do you need?
I need 1 first, so go ahead and roll once. So we had 11. And we had 16. So it's 27. Okay, that's a miss. Roll with disadvantage twice. Okay, that's a miss. Okay, that actually would hit. Okay, so
17.
we're actually balanced out with what you did and what it did. So we are good. All right. So from off to the side, you see that pathway digging through the snow. A moment later, it gets to where this rock is. You can see from underground, or from under the snow, the contents of Woo's bag is jettisoned into the air as this smaller Remoraz breaches out through the snow, and as it does, you can see the egg that Woo had in his pack in this thing's mouth, and it lets out this shrill, high-pitched cry, and then burrows back under the snow, and you see that path slowly dig its way towards the east. All right, Gerard, it's your turn.
Well,
That felt unnecessary.
should I just tell the giant fucker to leave, or should we attempt to kill it? General consensus?
I don't know. Ask Smith. He was the one down its gullet.
That's true.
Think about the XP, guys.
Oh, yes, because we definitely follow XP rules. You know what? No. This thing ain't Smith. We're going to blast it. Or blast it to the best of my ability. I'm going to take a ride and go back because I don't want to be that close to the thing anymore.
Okay.
And hit number 1. Soft 20.
Hits.
Hit number 2, 23.
Yep.
First one, 10 force damage. Second one is 14 force damage.
Okay.
Albot.
Mhm.
Bombard. That's an 18.
That hits.
That is 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to have Marcus try to tail wrap it.
Okie dokie.
That's 12.
That misses. Okay.
And that's pretty much all I can do.
All right. Smith, you are still in your radiant illuminated state. You can use a bonus action to end it.
Take the dodge action.
What's that?
Dodge.
Oh, you're staying in the state and taking the dodge action?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys watch as Smith standing there. He kind of takes this defensive stance as he remains in this golden, radiant, luminescent state. As that happens, you watch as this creature looks off into the distance of where the other one has gone, and it lets out a shrill cry into the air as it is going to disengage and attempt, and it's going to go back into the icy crevasse that it created, and you see that it burrows away under the ground.
So we have confirmation that the only reason this fight occurred because Wu had the egg.
I call bullshit.
Yeah?
I say the only reason this fight occurred is because the DM said so.
Well, that's true.
I mean, that too, but...
That's true. All right, combat is over.
Level up.
No level up. No level up.
Long rest?
But that's actually what I need to know from you guys. What are you going to do now? Because after this fight, there is one dead Remoraz, a young Remoraz here on the ground.
Aaron, eat it.
That's the plan.
And on top of that, you guys are kind of just in this small narrow valley space right down here at the moment. So yeah, it's up to you guys, because that audible pinging is still going on.
I take short rest.
Take a short rest.
I didn't take any damage, so I'm good.
I need a rest, but I also want to investigate my book to see what would be safe to eat from this Rat.
Okay.
What would be safe to eat? I'll take a short rest just to get a spell slot back and my Fey presence.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can short rest here. So while this is going on,
Oh, I did not realize that I get both spell slots back with a short rest.
yeah, you recover
apparently.
all spell slots. As a warlock, you recover all your spell slots on a short rest.
Nice.
Yep.
All right.
I don't know, the last warlock I played is apparently a villain now in this campaign.
Woo, go ahead and make a nature check. Yes.
Nope. Rerolling that. Fuck that.
How the fuck do you mean you reroll that?
Inspiration.
When did you already used inspiration?
No, I had nat 20'd again.
Oh, that's right. You did nat 20. Okay.
So did I. I forgot to give myself inspiration.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
All right.
same.
Nat 20.
All right.
That one's actually, I'm actually telling the truth, but come on, Jared.
All right. So you look this thing over. As you realize you're looking through the book. You realize that you would be able. You realize that you would be able to salvage some of its legs, which would in the book it explains that that you can actually cook these up like crab legs. That it does require a you to be able to actually cook them with decent tools in order to get the best out of them. There is also contained within this thing a heat gland that can be turned can be used as an alchemical component. The carapace itself, you can actually rip a piece off and craft it into plate armor. You can craft it into plate armor, or you can just rip a piece off and use it as a makeshift shield. And the antennae, it reads that you can actually use that also as an alchemical supply.
Can you put that in chat? I had a phone call that I had to answer, so I missed everything you said.
You have this document. It's just basically you got
it's on my computer.
Oh, true. I gotcha. There you go. Yeah. So
No,
the legs, the heat gland, the carapace, and the antennae. Now the thing to consider is that this thing is large. It would take you 2 hours to if you wanted to harvest anything. Otherwise, if you want to use your new feat, you can also just that only takes you a few like 10 minutes.
Or if I do it as an hour.
Okay.
Right. Isn't there something I do for an hour?
That is if you are doing this like over an amount of days to get a permanent ability.
Right.
So.
How long would the the one for 10 minutes last?
Oh, that lasts for a day. They last for 24 hours.
Okay. I'll do that just to kind of try it to see what it's like.
Yeah, I'll say that you are able to. This would be medium, large. You are able to get 7 pieces off of this thing that you would be able to use with a ritual. Yes, those of you doing the short rest, if you need to heal, roll your hit die as Smith was doing. While this is going on, you guys watch as Wu begins to carve into this thing and begins to perform this strange ritual where he's chanting to himself. This goes on for about 10 minutes while you guys Yes.
Within those 10 minutes, Arard will lean to Groff and go, I thought you got the heart out of him. Why is he still losing his mind?
Genetic defect? I'm not sure, to be honest.
Continue. That's all I wanted was flavor.
Okay. 1 second. All right, so while this goes on, Woo, I need you to roll me a d4 to see what effect you get. All right, so as you are doing this ritual and you are biting into the body of this Remoraz, you start to get a sense of vibrations around you. As the rest of your party sits here and rests, anytime that one of the axe beaks like shifts its legs or somebody moves, you feel this sense through the ground, as you can tell by the vibrations where creatures are around you. For the next 24 hours, you have 60 foot of tremor sense.
Yay.
I'm going to add that to your character sheet, so don't worry about that.
Sweet.
Just reload your character sheet. Okay. Glenn, don't know if you want to roll any of your hit die while you're doing your short rest.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember how to do that.
So click short rest. You'll see that you have a bunch of check boxes there under above where it says take short rest.
Yeah. I'm at short rest.
Yeah.
Okay, underneath where it says rogue.
Yes. So click however many of those check boxes you want to roll. And then it should pop up with a button that says, like, 3d8 plus 3 or 5d8 plus 5, whatever you're rolling, and then click that.
How do I decide how many?
It's
I just decide?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Huh?
I mean, you can roll 5d8 plus 5. That's, you figure on average that's probably going to get you around 25 hit points. So if you want a little more than that, you can roll a little more. You can, keep rolling until you're happy. You can roll, 2 dice.
If you're happy and
if it's, if it's good, then you can, you're good, or you can roll more. It's up to you.
So, do I have enough time after this to do a short rest or no?
If the party wants to hang around for like another 20 minutes, like 20-30 minutes, because it took you some time to analyze this thing and then to perform your ritual, that's up to them.
I'll be fine with that.
Cool. Then yes. If you just want to make it easier, Glenn, you can just roll the d8s down in the corner.
Because it's not rolling. I don't know what it's doing.
Okay. No, it's fine. Just go down into the die in the corner. Roll however many d8s you want. And then however many you're rolling, add that number on top of it.
25.
Clear? All right, so you get 30 hit points back. All right, and Woo is healing, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine should have come across.
Yeah, it's taking its good old time. Okay.
Because it's already shown for me, so that's why.
Yeah, I can. It's just taking its good old time on my side. Okay. So with that, what we're gonna do is, because it's 9:30, and I do have a point that I want to get to tonight. Smith, do me a favor, and roll me 2 survival checks.
As we leave, I want to pick up my backpack and all the belongings that have fallen out.
Thank you, sir. Oh, not 20.
Will, you want inspiration? I know you used it, right?
I have inspiration.
Oh, who needs
How do
it?
you have inspiration? You used inspiration.
I thought he just used it, yeah.
And then I got a nat 20.
Yeah, you don't get inspiration if you roll. You don't get. You can't earn. It's kind of like balance rewards points at Walgreens. You can't spend points and earn points in the same transaction. So you used you used your inspiration, and one of those ended up being a nat 20, but you don't gain inspiration from that one.
Next, you'll tell me my
That's
Walgreens credit card is
I
useless.
disagree with that.
What?
Wait, do you have one of those?
No,
Good. Okay, just
you
checking.
both yelled at me to sign up for one whenever I came into the store, and then Lucas just looked at me and he goes, "Don't sign up. I'm just forced to tell you this every time you come in."
Oh, the credit cards, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, over the next few hours, you guys trek up through this valley. As the pinging gets closer, and you start to realize that you are nearing ever closer to this psi crystal, something suddenly comes into view ahead of you all. 1 second to pull this up. Please don't tell me that this... Please tell me it has the picture. Oh, perfect. Good. So, as you guys are marching up through here, beyond the snowy foothills, low-lying clouds obscure the icy peaks of the gargantuan mountain that form the spine of the world around you. Eventually, as you move through this valley and start to get into the mountains, you get above the clouds and behold a sheer mountain wall rising more than 100 feet before you. Carved high on the wall are rows of arrow slits with lights burning behind them and a clanking sound coming from within. A narrow staircase hewn from the rock leads up one side of the wall. This is what you all see.
Interesting.
What do I feel on the ground around me?
You feel immediately around you nothing, because you're just feeling the senses within 60 feet of you. But you don't feel anything immediately around you.
Okay.
So. Okay. As you approach this place, from high above comes a loud grinding noise as large sheets of ice break off from this fortress wall and tumble down the mountainside. Suddenly, great doors of ice, previously hidden under the snow, stand open more than 300 feet above you. And from between them moves out a huge dragon made of black ice.
And that's where we're calling it for the night.
Its eyes glow with a bright golden light as it lets out a terrible roar, hurls itself into the air, and glides away from the fortress as it turns in the sky and heads north towards 10 Towns. And that's where we're going to end it for the night.
Hey lads, do you think it's immune to fire damage?
At this point, it might be.
To those of you watching at home, thanks for hanging out. Bye, everybody.
Penis.
Ukake.